Right, let's put all this back to the fresher set. Like a so. Those energy stores are really racking up some wear, aren't they? Actually, I'm going to stay number 1, actually, I think, that one. We'll go at number 4, numero 3, and a new gearbox as well. And those should be the parts ready and set up to go for the weekend. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time to get ourselves ready for some sprint race action here in Qatar. We have sprint quali up first, of course. And this is how the championships are looking heading into the second to last race of the season. Of course, we have got the driver's title wrapped up. We beat Verstappen so far by 82 points right now. But I'm sure that will maybe open up or close up. Who knows, going to final 2 races. But either way, Verstappen cannot catch us anymore. And we have won the Drivers' Championship. But all eyes now are on that Constructors' Championship to see if we can put some damage on McLaren and maybe try and get ahead of Red Bull and Ferrari. We're only 13 behind Red Bull. We're 18 behind Ferrari as well. Very possible we can get that second place. But we'll try and put pressure on McLaren, see if we can make them overwork the car a little bit. A couple of DNFs today might help out a little bit too. But we are getting a lot of luck, really, in order for that to happen. So we'll see what we can do. But, you know, at least we'll try and go for P2. That's the most important thing. All right. Let's get underway for some sprint quali action, shall we? Let's get the in-game audio on real quick. There we go. Let's do this. Into sprint quali we go. What up, Dewey? How's it going, mate? No F1 for a month, so I think I'll finally go back and watch some historic races. Good time, to be fair. There's also some good other racing series happening over the month as well. We got World Endurance Championship at some point in April as well with Imola. It's a very good time to try and get into some new motorsports. Or new motorsports series. This, not just this season, but this month as well. What's even wilder is over the course of 8 weeks, we only have 1 race. With Bahrain and Saudi both being cancelled, Miami is the only race for the next 8 weeks. Which is pretty damn wild to think about. It's basically, what, 2 months, essentially? It's going to be a long one. Yeah, MotoGP is usually always a good watch. I didn't watch, I don't watch MotoGP that much, but I do see some clips from time to time. I did see the very embarrassing crash at the end of the race on the weekend in, I think it was in Qatar, right? Right, let's go with... We'll go with 5 laps of fuel, I think. Yeah, we'll go 5 laps of fuel. We'll do a couple of laps here, maybe, for SQ1. Depends on how good the first lap is, I guess. If it's a bit of a weaker lap, then we'll do a second one. Italy missed out on the World Cup the 3rd time in a row. I know, yeah. Crazy. Hey, as an Englishman, you know, I can't be too disheartened about it. Helps us out a little bit in a way, I guess. All right, let's get away for our first lap.
All clear the garage, please. Car's ready to leave.
How's it going, Dutchy? Hope you're good, mate. But yeah, there's plenty of like GT racing happening on the off-season as well. And like I say, you got World Endurance Championship. I think there's probably an IMSA race at some point as well during the month too. You went to Wembley last night? Oh, man. I was watching that game as well as the... That game sounds a bit quiet. Turn up a little bit. I was watching the game last night alongside the Sweden game, and yeah, that was rough. I am a little bit nervous this World Cup for England because that was pretty diabolical yesterday. Is there beef between England and Italy? I mean, honestly, I think England fans kind of still feel peeved after the last Euros with how we lost that game. So I think there's like a little bit of resentment there from England fans more than anything. Do you know when Gillen goes live? That's a question to ask him, not me. What up, Damien? Lewandowski won't play in the World Cup as well? Yeah. Yeah, that'll probably be the last time we see Lewandowski in an international tournament as well, because, I mean, he's, what, 37 now? We've got the Euros in 2 years' time, but he'll be 39 by then too, so... Yeah, I don't think we'll, I think it's unlikely we see Lewandowski, you know, internationally at least for now. What a wipeout. Alright, how tires looking? Front tire's a little bit cold, but we can make do for now. Alright, here we go. First lap of the day here in Qatar. I'm not a massive fan of this track. However, it is very fun to do a quali lap around. So let's see what we can put down. All a bit slidey in the first sector, but that'll be the tire tip doing its thing. Oh, God. Yeah, it's very slidey, in fact. Couple of little slides in the opening lap so far. Purple first sector still. 21-1 for Carlos Sainz. We might be getting a little bit of dirty air from the Alpine in front, which might not be helping. Might have started the lap a little bit too close to him. Yeah, Gasly in that Alpine. 21-1 for Charles Leclerc now as well. So a little bit lift on entry there. Just felt the understeer trying to kick in. Through the front corner we go. Another little lift there as well, just to get the car rotating a bit better. Through the final corner we go. Purple in the middle sector as well. Foot to the floor. And how's it going to be for our first lap? DRS will open up. It's a 21.2 for our first lap of SQ1. Charles Leclerc a tenth and a half faster. Even Carlos Sainz faster right now as well. That Williams looking pretty good so far in the opening session. And what is going on up here? Some shenanigans. I remember DRS. Yep. The good old drag reduction system. I feel like it's kind of a split on whether it's actually missed or not, really, though. What up, James? Lopez, think they're full of me. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in as well. I might let these two go behind. I know they're not on laps, but I just want to try and get them out of my hair because I might do a second lap. Just try and build the confidence a bit more for Q2. What's good, Jackson? What's good, Cart? Unless Russell wants to yo-yo with me. What's your aim in the Constructor for now? I mean, realistically, we probably won't win the Constructors Championship. We will need a huge amount of luck for that to happen. So I think, realistically, we could definitely try and go for P2. We're 18 points behind Ferrari right now in the Constructors Championship. So we will need a little bit of assistance from Hulkenberg, no doubt about that. So hopefully, over the next two races, he could try and pull his weight a little bit and give us a shot of getting that second spot. But with Leclerc being P1 right now, that doesn't exactly bode well, does it? So all right, let's try again. See if we can try and improve a little bit more on the second lap. Now with the tyres a bit warmer as well. Yo, jam it with the 5 gifted subs. Trying to distract me on the lap, huh? Bro, trying to distract me on the lap, I see. Thank you, Jammin, for the 5 gifted subs, man. I appreciate that. That is very generous of you. Very, very generous. Hope you're doing good, man. If you were one of those that gifted a sub out to, or got a gifted sub, sorry, from Jammin, make sure to drop a massive thank you to him. Appreciate the 5 gifts, man. Oh, man. Bit of understeer there, but we're still up a little bit. Very minor improvements so far. See purple sectors again, though. I think a lot of the time we lose is probably in the final, isn't it? Kept it flat through there that time. Smaller lift for the penultimate corner, and that is a much better improvement. Yeah, definitely all in that final sector of the time. As proved there, here we go at the final corner. 2 tenths up at the moment. There's probably still a little more time out there, and that should rocket us up to the top of the timing sheets. Yes, it does. 21.0 for ourselves, and that should be wraps for SQ1, I believe. I'd like to think. Can you help me with a thing? It's from F123. Don't know if it's different now. I could try. I played a lot of hours in F123, so I would try. I could try my best to help. How does Bob Marley like his donuts? With jam in. Nice. Well done. Well done. Why specifically Bob Marley, though? When I first saw that question, I thought it'd be something like reggae style or something, but Audi's wet dream is this dream. It really is. Yep. We even won the World Championship as well. So, Borsetto, get a move on, please, fella. Sack off F123 and buy 25. Nah, to be fair, 23 is actually a decent game. I didn't mind 23 too much. 24, though, definitely skip that one. Why Bob Marley? Because no woman, no cry. I feel like that's applicable to some people here, at least. Bob Marley had a song called We're Jamming. Does he? There you go. I didn't know that. I didn't know Bob Marley connoisseur, though, so. When's F126 coming out? F126, the DLC will drop in June, most likely. All right, I think that should be good for Q1, shouldn't it? We are top of the tummy sheet so far. Let's see if it stays that way. Does it?
And that's it.
It does. Beautiful. I mean, our team being down in P11, though, isn't exactly ideal, is it?
See you all tomorrow.
Any more of that in Q2, he'll get knocked out in SQ2, which is the last thing we need right now. But we do top the timing sheets then by 800s to Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton in the other Ferrari and P4, Carlos Sainz, the former Ferrari driver, splitting the two Ferrari drivers apart as well. Alonso, Verstappen, Albon, Antonelli, Norris, and Hadjar, all in that top 10. Hulkenberg, P11, Russell, P12, they're both through as well. Piastri, Berman, Bottas, and Stroll all through to Q2 as well. And then leaving us in Q2 is Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Colin Pinto, Lawson, and Lindblad. Both the Racing Bulls and both the Alpines there. Brutal stuff for them. On to Q2 for ourselves, though. Is it weird that there's no news on new DLC? If it was going to have dropped in April, then yes, it would have been very weird. But I think because it's most likely dropping later in the year, I would say probably not. I think we're definitely approaching the point, though, where we would start expecting the news, though, I think. It's about the things from the engine. I can't make them last all season. I don't know what to do. Are you improving the durability on your R&D? That would be the most important thing to do. Aras, thank you for on Twitch, mate. Appreciate you, dude. Welcome in as well. Right. We'll do 5.5 laps again, just in case we want to do a second lap again. Let's head out on track.
Ready? Okay, let's go.
Do I play with no assists? Yep, all my assists are off. We play sim damage, all assists off. We give it the true experience here in a way. And 100% races as well, even better. Right. Okay. The fact this season's called Road 26 says it's almost certain to be in June. Yeah, exactly. And the current season in the game is going to run till June as well. So that pretty much sets it up perfectly, doesn't it? For a release in June. I think they probably were trying to plan an earlier release, but I think it's safe to say they probably had some complications getting the, regulations accurate, I guess, in a way. So
the purple sector _8 says it's hammer time.
It is indeed. It is indeed hammer time. The real hammer time being Q3, though. But, yeah, I'm very keen to see what Codemasters will do with the regulations and how they'll make it work and stuff. Because it's quite a lot of change, obviously, from the regulations we currently have. So doing that as a DLC is going to be a lot of work. Are we world champion after yesterday? We are indeed, yep. We won the world championship after Las Vegas. And now we are in the hunt for the constructors. Sure, they'll give us new liveries, drivers, and tracks rather than new badge management, etc. Well, I mean, on their press statement, they were saying they are going to try and bring in the regulations fully. So, based off what they're saying, is it will be these regulations that are going to be in the game. But I'm definitely very curious how they're going to incorporate it because, as I said, it's a lot of work. What I suggest, Lopez, is in practice, always use the older gearbox. Then before you go into quali, change the set to a newer one. So when you're doing practice, use the ones that are 60, 70%, all that sort of stuff. Then when you go into a race, use the ones that are lower on wear. That might help you a bit more. Is there a mod out there, the 26 regulations? Not yet, no. I mean, there's only so much you can really do modding-wise. You can't, like, physically alter the appearance of the car and stuff to make them smaller and all that. There is, like, a lot of coding work you can do, making the cars, you know, changing the power of the cars, changing the downforce, changing the effect of slipstream and dirty air and all that. But, yeah, you cannot physically alter the appearance of the car. There we go, so line. That lap felt pretty clean, actually. But it was a bit slower, 21.3. Interesting. It was actually 0.3 slower, that lap. And, Isaac Cadjar's under 21.3 as well. I think we might drop a bit further than that. We are going to do a second lap, I think. They've got to include clipping. I'd imagine they will. I would imagine they will. You had bad tire temps? Yeah, the front tires were a bit cold that time. In fact, the front right still is a little bit on the colder side, so... Next lap should be an improvement. Lando Norris goes P2. Former championship leader in this career. Do I use same gearbox till I can't no more, or choose one for practice and one for the quality of the race? You can't change from quality to race, because Park from A is in effect. What you can do is you can use a higher wear gearbox for practice, and then the moment before you go into qualifying, change it to a fresher one, and you can use that for the entirety of the rest of the weekend. What is clipping? It's basically when the battery completely drains by the end of a straight, essentially, and it becomes fully internal combustion engine power. And because it's making such a big drop, because it's a 50-50 this year, obviously, with engine power and battery power, the moment you drop the battery power, the engine takes over fully, and you have a huge reduction in speed because you have no battery power, which is why you see at the end of the straights, you know, all the cars slowing down in a way, despite being full throttle, because they just run out of battery. And that's where what this clipping is, essentially. Which has unfortunately made qualifying a very difficult watch. For me, at least. I think for most people, really. Do we still have the floppy wing? The Macarena wing? Of course we do. We still got Macarena wing on the car.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
This looks pretty good right now, doesn't it? On the Delta. This looks very good, in fact. Kept it flat all the way through. Not quite going to keep it flat through that one, though, unfortunately, on these tyres. Battery is almost all but gone. Out the final corner we go into the line. How's it going to be for our final lap of SQ2? That is going to be a 6/10 improvement. That is a fantastic lap. 20.7. We obliterate the lap times, not just in this session, but over the weekend as well. 20.7 is a great lap. Really, really good lap. What up, Peter? Loaded into an LMU race, now realizing the time. Had to crowd to get dinner and then go to work. Rip. Bro's about to get a huge drop in that DR. Look at that. Nearly 6/10. Holy. That's a big lap right there. 20.7. I mean, everyone's slower than what they were doing in Q1, though. So, I don't know what's up with that. We saw 21.1s being put down in Q1. Now we're down to 21.3s. So, I'd assume once we go to Q3, they'll come back up. But how many drivers we got on another lap? Quite a lot, to be fair. So, let's see how we fare out. Let's see if anyone gets a bit closer or maybe overtakes us.
And that's it for sprint
Nope,
qualifying.
no one closed up. Well, we'll take that. We will take that no matter what. So, P1 in Q2, ladies and gentlemen. We were P1 in Q1, P1 in Q2, Can we try and make it 3 in a row in Q3? That's where it'll matter most, of course. Isaac Hadjar nearly 6 tenths down. Only just ahead of Lando Norris by 3 thousandths there as well. Lewis Hamilton, Piastri, Albon, Leclerc. Our teammate Nico Hulkenberg does make it through to Q3 as well. Verstappen down in P9 and Lance Stroll all in that top 10 right now as well. So P1 and P8 is quite the difference right now, but we do get ourselves through to final session, and hopefully we can try and put a big lap down there as well in the Q3. Bottas, Anthony, Russell, Behrman, Sainz, Alonso all knocked out in SQ2. Both Mercedes knocked out in the second qualifying session. Is crazy. You would not see that in real life right now, would you? So, yeah, on to the final one we go then. Am I going to watch the moon launch tonight? Absolutely, I am. I think that's at like 11:30 p.m. or something our time. But yeah, I will definitely be watching that. Excited for it. Guns, thank you for on Twitch, mate. Appreciate it. What moon launch? It's the Artemis 2 launch today. Is it actually launching, though? I mean, all signs are going that way. The weather's looking good right now, so it should be, there should be no problems. I'm super excited to see these new cars in high-speed Saudi. I don't know, man. I feel like Saudi would be very difficult in these cars. Because obviously, Saudi Arabia is like, what, 80% throttle or something like that? I think it's the track with the most throttle usage on the entire calendar. So, I feel like it would have been really weird to watch, actually. How have I not heard of this happening? I don't know. You haven't read the news, I guess. It's been all over the news the last week or two. What season is it? 1 or 2? This is season 1 right now. Do you feel like the R9 has enough power? Definitely. Yeah, 9 Newton meters of torque is definitely a decent amount. I'd probably go like to an R12, but I probably wouldn't really go much higher than that, I don't think. Probably no real need. Even more throttle than Monza? I believe so, yeah. You can fact check me, but I'm pretty sure that Jeddah is the most on-throttle track on the calendar. All right, we're going to do 1 lap in this session, obviously, with it being a soft tyre now. And we'll do it right towards the end as well. So we'll let everyone do their laps and see how they get on. Let's see what Hulk does for his first lap as well. What do you think about the new cars with the battery boosting over DRS? I'm not a massive fan of it. I do think the racing generally is better, but there are some very big problems, I think, with the regulations right now as well that need seeing to, you know. Look how bad qualifying is right now, and looking at the gaps across the field and stuff. It's, yeah, a little bit messy in some regards, but I think the racing is probably one of the best it's been, but yeah, everything outside of that isn't great, so there we go. Everyone has done their laps. Lando Norris, 20.6. And McLaren 1-2 is the last thing I wanted to see right now, though. The very last thing. What race is after Miami? Canada? I think. I believe it's Canada. What's the best way to find car setups? I struggle with it. You can find car setups on Time Trial. Alternatively, if you're happy to pay money, you can get some proper, really good setups from, you know, Sim Racing Center or Sim Racing Setups, anywhere like that.
Right, the car's ready.
Yeah, I thought it was Canada.
Let's get it out there.
What's my favorite team and driver? Favorite team is Aston Martin. Favorite driver is Verstappen. So naturally, because of how bad both are doing right now, I should hate these regulations. Finally, I can see you streaming again after a year off from work. A year off from work? Holy, bruh. What do you do? Okay, they've got a few people going out for another lap here. Let's make sure we get these tyres warmed up. We do not want cold tyres for this first lap. I'm too late to be a Verstappen fan, knowing he's considering retirement. It just means you can support him other series then, is what I'd say. You can still be a Max fan and watch him elsewhere than just F1. If Max was fast, he would love this regulation. I don't think he would. Because for the last 3 years, Verstappen has been saying that everything he saw about the regulations, he wasn't too happy with. All the data, all the numbers he was getting. It did not look good from a regulation standpoint rather than a team standpoint. These are warning signs that not just Verstappen has been saying either, that many other drivers have been saying too. Okay, I'm going to let this McLaren go, I reckon. I don't want him getting any slipstream from me. We'll try and slot in right behind him, I think. Oscar Piastri, that is. All right, here we go. Final qualifying lap of sprint quali. What can we try and set down here? We were P1 in the first 2 sessions. Can we get another one this time around? I don't know why that Red Bull is going for an outlap right now. He's not going to make it to the line.
Just 1 minute.
I fear I am way too close to Piastri here. No. Oh, my God. I was fully expecting Lando Norris to try and impede me there. We'll get a nice little toe from Piastri here, though. We are close enough for it. We'll also get dirty air as well, though, so it might be a bit of a catch-22. 2 purple sectors so far. As we fight the car through the final sector here in Qatar. Lots of inside curb. Kept it flat pretty much through there as well. Round the final corner we go. Dirty air kicking a little bit to the final corner. How's it going to be as we push ourselves all the way to the line? We crossed the line, 20.3. And surely it will be a pole position for the Qatar sprint race. Lovely stuff. We would take that any day of the week. What was our gap at the end? Over 1.5 to Oscar Piastri. Lovely stuff. 20.3 for us, 20.5 for Oscar Piastri, and a 20.6 for Lando Norris there as well. We are ahead of both the McLarens. However, if it stayed like this after the sprint race, McLaren would, well, we would mathematically not be able to win the Constructors Championship. So I'm going to need a bit more luck, really, through the sprint race here. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc in 4th and 5th. Verstappen and Hadjar in 6th and 7th there as well. Albon and Stroll right ahead of Nico Hulkenberg, who only did a 21.5, which is, I'm pretty sure, about the same sort of time he did in Q2 as well. So he didn't really improve, even being on a softer tyre. But I feel like you can kind of get a rough idea of what the R&D is looking like right now, can't you? McLaren being together, Ferrari being together, then Red Bull being together. That might tell you where the R&D is lying right now. But either way, we are on pole position for the sprint race here in Qatar. Let's see if we can try and see it through now, most importantly. Losing speed down a straight at full throttle is insane. Yep, that's what we currently have, the regulations. The thing is, like, they are working on, like, adjusting things, but I feel like there's only so much adjustment they can really do with it, right? Unless they really did overhaul the regulations, but I don't think they can do that right now. The next regulations that we have is in 2030, I think it is, or 2031. So we will have to sit with these regs for a good while at the moment. I know Aston might have a bad car right now, but Lance Stroll's on that team back badly. Well, yeah. I feel like that's been the case for a long-ass time now already with Lance Stroll, so... All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the sprint race here in Qatar. We've got 19 laps of action to come here. The first race of 2 tonight before we head into the big one right after this as well. We'll have the sprint race up first, then we'll have qualifying again, but this time for the Grand Prix. And then, of course, we'll have the big one, the 57 laps of the Qatar Grand Prix. We start P1. Let's see if we can see it through. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Qatar sprint race. Let's do this. I mean, enjoy the noise of 2005 cars. I mean, nothing beats the noise of the old V10s, that's for sure. Even the V8s were great to listen to as well, but yeah, the current cars, not the best to listen to, really, are they? Las Vegas is going to be an insane watch? Yeah, I would imagine so. The clipping down the end of that straight is going to be outrageous in Vegas. Audi's P4 in the Constructors, right? In the career modes, I assume you mean? Or you're talking about in real life? Google a list of the best historic races to watch. If you want, like, a good recent history race, I'd recommend Huckleheim 19. That was an unbelievable race. Yeah, the career mode with P4 right now in the Constructors. What about Baku straight? Yeah, Baku straight be bad as well. Any straight that's like decently long, you'll see it in. Even the Qatar straight here, you'd see it down towards turn 1.
Fast and flowing track after all. There's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS though through the long straight.
Do you know what? I think the track I'm most keen to see these regulations on are the tracks where overtaking in the past has been pretty bad. Like Hungary, for example. We never really get amazing races in Hungary. So I'm keen to see if the regulations might do something with that track. Yeah, Monaco as well. I feel like Monaco's cooked no matter what. I'd be shocked if we get a good race in Monaco.
Albon, Stroll, and Nico Hulkenberg, Bottas, Antonelli, George Russell, and Behrman.
P12 and P13 for the Mercs, man. Jeez.
And Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Colapinto, Lawson, and Arvid Lindblad.
Racing Bundesliga class as well.
And with preparations
Jock, thank you for the Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dude. Welcome in as well. Excited to see at Monaco. To be honest, they might be faster considering how easy it is to recharge the battery.
Good to see you again Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season.
I just feel like the cars are still too big, really, for Monaco. I know they are a bit lighter, a bit shorter, but the problem with Monaco is the size of the cars more than anything. The track itself obviously isn't great, but the current regulation, well, the previous regulation at least, with the sizing of the cars there, made it very difficult, really, to overtake because they were just too big. And I still think the cars can be too big, so I don't think we'll see like a massive difference at Monaco, really. But we'll see. We'll never know. What I really want to see are these regulations in the wet. We haven't had a wet race yet with these regulations, so that's something I want to see, is how these regulations fare in the wet. Yeah, we'll probably get some like very dodgy overtaking in Monaco, and then they'll put up a graphic in the weekend saying the most ever in Monaco for overtakes. That is obviously a fake account. All right. Monster's gonna be bad, right? Because there's nowhere to really recharge. Yeah, I mean, you have like the chicanes and stuff, but that and Jeddah will be very difficult to, harvest battery. Don't think we'll see people winning race at Monaco 70+ laps on mediums. You never know. They have removed the 2-stop rule at least now, so. Didn't Lindblad crash the rain today due to hydroplaning? Today? I mean, I saw him have an incident in private testing in Imola. I don't know if they were doing any practice today or anything, but I'm not sure. Silverstone's coming, so surely rain then? Yeah, you'd think so, right? You would think so. Right, let's have a look. So, soft soil mediums are our options for the sprint race here. What's everyone else on here? Wow, we got a lot of drivers on soft tires. Only one other driver is going medium tires, and that's Oscar Piastri. Everyone else is on a soft tire. Wow. I feel like the softs will wear quite quickly here, though, right? Hards for content. I don't have the hards available for sprint race. We have softs or mediums only. I mean, the softs will be strong for a while, but I just feel like those last 8 or 9 laps are going to be really difficult on the softs. It'll wear quick, go mediums, yeah. That's what I'm thinking as well. I just think the softs are going to wear out too much. It is interesting that Piastri is the only other one on mediums, though. Let's lower down the fuel here as well, shall we? Let's go... Won't go too low. We'll go about 18.6. Should be good, I think. That'll be fine. It's hard to pass around here. Yeah, I mean... In that final stint, it might better... Well, final 5 laps, so it might better than medium in anyway, so... Alright, I think we'll go mediums. Everyone else on soft tires, us and Piastri, the 2 on the front row, are gonna go mediums. We might be a literal moving chicane right now through this through sprint race for the start, at least. But, yeah, I guess we'll see. All right. Prediction time, chat. What do we do for our prediction here in Qatar? We start in P1. We've got both the McLarens directly behind us, both the Ferraris in 4th and 5th, Verstappen and Hadjar, the 2 Red Bulls in 6th and 7th as well. Should we go for the win? I think we've got to, right? AI don't suffer from tyre wear? No, they don't anywhere near as much as we do. Will Nico score a point? To be fair, he is down in P10, isn't he? Yeah, he's got a bit of work to get that top 8. What difficulty do you play on? 110 from Max AI. Beat both the McLarens. Win, I think. Definitely some good ones here, isn't there? All right, let's do, will we go for the win? Fairly simple one for the sprint race. Once we go to Grand Prix, we can probably make it a little bit more interesting there. But seeing it's just a sprint race, we'll keep it simple. Will we get the win for the sprint race here in Qatar? That'll be our prediction today, I think. That'll be a good one. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the first race of the night then here in Qatar. We are going to be using the medium tyres for the entirety of this sprint race. A 19-lap sprint race as well. The man to our right-hand side, you can see in our rearview mirror there, Oscar Piastri. He's also on the medium tyres. The rest of the field, all on soft tyres. So they'll be quite strong for the start. Hopefully, being on the medium tyres, we'll have the stronger tyre later in the sprint race. But we will find out as we go, I guess. Today's prediction will be, will we win the sprint race here in Qatar? Well, for our ladies and gentlemen, let's get underway for the sprint race here in Losail's circuit. Let's do this. I may or may not have forgot to go the formation lap. Might be thinking about safety cars, they can come in and get rid of the soft. Safety cars never really come out in the in sprint races. I'm pretty sure it's bugged. Plus, it's also Qatar as well, where bidding it is quite difficult, so... It's glitch in sprint races? Yeah, exactly.
No rain expected for the time being.
I don't know how it's never been fixed already in this game, but... yeah, we'll see if they patch it alongside the DLC. Would it be cool if they added mechanical failures to quality of practice? Yeah, I would like to see that as well. Or like drivers making more mistakes. The AI drivers, obviously, making more mistakes in quality and practice too. They only really make mistakes in the race. I'm gonna re-overtake Piastri here. Give me my P1 back. Should do a multiple prediction one time with how big a gap you have when you win along with the final option of no win. Okay, interesting. We can keep that in mind. Yeah, red flags in quali would be good as well. They have that obviously in F1 Manager, but not in this game. LMU later, not today. All right. Here we go, chat. Prepare yourselves for some sprint race action. The first race of the night here in Qatar before we head into the big one with 57 laps. We've got 19 laps of the sprint race here to come. We line up on pole position for this. Can we try and hold the lead in the opening corners? Let's find out. Try and get some nice parking. 0.2. We'll take that.
Incredible parking there. Nice.
As the rest of the grid begin lining up now as well. Here we go.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Max is streaming Arc Raiders. I'm sure he's definitely not getting tilted. Here we go. Rest of the grid lined up. And we'll have 5 red lights for some sprint race action here in Qatar. Here we go. First race of the night. 5 red lights. Here's lights out. Away we go for the sprint race here in Qatar. Piastri not getting the best launch. Lando Norris, his teammate, looking to the outside. The 3 are pressed for P2 right behind us, and we can take the apex, and we will run away in the opening corner here as Lando Norris checks through the grid and gets into second place. Piastri still holding on for P3 right now, with both the Ferraris of Leclerc and Hamilton tussling right behind him at the moment as well. Good start for ourselves Now it's all about maintaining that P1 if possible with Lando Norris right on our tail. He will be a very difficult man to keep behind us, being on that soft tyre. Got to be a little bit mindful of the fuel here as well. It should be okay really over the 19, but just want to keep a close eye on it to make sure that we do bring that fuel back down. Tyre's still a little bit cold at the moment as well, so just a bit of sliding going on around the circuit at the minute too. Norris has nearly broken away from the DRS of Oscar Piastri. Not to really get any until lap 3 around here. Only one detection point, and it's right before the final straight, so Lando Norris is all over my back right now, though. That soft tyre is definitely the better tyre at the moment, as you'd expect. Through the final corner we go. And down towards turn 1 for the second time. Lando Norris right on our tail. I think he's going to try and go for a move here, isn't he? Here comes Lando Norris. Will hold the inside. Lando Norris to the outside. DRS now enabled. Lando Norris hold the outside. Can we try and outbrake him? We'll hold it tight through turn 1. Norris gets the grip on the outside. That softer tyre is just so much stronger at this stage of the race. And Lando Norris will take the lead of the Qatar sprint race. Leclerc up into P3 now as well. Piastri splitting apart the two Ferraris at the moment. Let's make sure we don't lose Lando, though. Make sure we do not lose him. Gotta stay with him. Yeah, LMU is Le Mans Ultimate. It's, I don't really want to say new as such, but it's a pretty popular sim racing game right now. Probably the best sim racing game right now as well, I'd say. These stocks will not last 19 laps, surely. You underestimate the AI. The AI are very good on soft tires in this game. It's crazy how good they are looking after their tires compared to us. Is LMU better than F1? I prefer LMU right now, yeah. For me, LMU is the best racing game out there at the moment. I've got DRS on Norris, who has pulled away a little bit. Charles Leclerc is still kind of close here as well. Here comes Charles Leclerc. Is he going to try and go for a move? That Ferrari engine is very quick. We know that because we have one. But he doesn't get through this time. I need to try and harvest some battery here, really, but Lando's trying to pull away. Leclerc's trying to overtake. We're in a bit of a sticky situation with these medium tyres now, really, because these soft tyres around us are just so much more grippier than ours at this stage. It's going to be a bit of a long game, really, on these medium tyres, which is quite ironic to say in a sprint race, but we are going to be a little bit patient to make sure we can get the outcome we want here. Lando Norris is still pulling away, and I think we might lose DRS here as well, which will easily allow Charles Leclerc past us. We have got a bit of a gap to Piastri on the other medium tyre, though. 2.5 seconds is pretty good. Trying to keep it flat through here, but it's a little bit more difficult on heavier tyres. Yeah, 1.4 to Norris, no DRS. Lando Norris has blitzed away on this lap, hasn't he? And I think we're going to be under the cosh from Charles Leclerc. Here we go, down towards turn 1. And here comes Charles Leclerc. Look at the straight line speed of that Ferrari. There is nothing I can do there. Charles Leclerc will move into second place with ease. That Ferrari is just crazy in the straights, isn't it? We'll jump down to P3 now then. Lewis Hamilton and Piastri still tussling away down there, but Hamilton's into P4. A go-kart track for sale? How much is it? I ain't got a go-kart, though, is the issue. 880k, damn. Let's all chip in a $5 or something, huh? Don't think that would be enough. A tenner, maybe. I really want to make sure I stay within DRS range of Charles Leclerc at least, because Hamilton will definitely get in this right now if we don't. We are just inside that 1 second at the moment, but it is tight. We will get one lap of DRS at least as we enter lap 5 of this sprint race. Piastri still hang on to the back of him as well, so 176,000, get themselves away from affording it. There you go. You know what to do. Should have waved him by like Max. I should have. However, hopefully, later in the race, he can wave us goodbye, maybe.
For now, everything's looking good.
Come on. 2 seconds to Hamilton. Gap's increased a little bit in the first sector so far. That might have been because of the help of DRS, though. Charles Leclerc's not exactly driving off into the distance, is he? He's not leaving fairy dust behind him. So if we could try and stay with him, that'd be great. Did a good bit of battery harvesting there, too. What up, Beth? Come on. And more battery harvesting. Power at the final corner. Still within that 1 second of Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris is still peeling away, though. 2 seconds the gap between himself and Charles Leclerc at the moment. So Norris still doing a pretty good job. Let's keep an eye behind us as well. We do pull away a bit further to Lewis Hamilton there as well at turn 1, which is fantastic. The more we can keep that gap opened up, the better as we go very wide through turn 2. Good lord. That was a stinker. What's the AI difficulty on this? 110. We always use 110 AI. Maybe Charlotte's getting hurt by Lando's dirty air. It's 2 seconds away, wouldn't be that much. If anything, we should be the ones getting hit by the dirty air right now, seeing as we're quite close to his diffuser. Fuel is slowly coming up. Maybe not the rate I expected it to. We're at minus 0.29 right now. Hope that's not going to be causing us any issue. He got a great launch down that straight, though. Good lord. He must have been pushing the battery a bit there. Why is the font so big? It looks the same to me. Yeah, just a DRS again. Gap to Hamilton has maintained, though. That's staying at 2 seconds. That previous best was almost the same as our personal best there as well. Come on. Stay close. We are approaching the halfway mark of the sprint race already. Couple laps away. Do my best to Charles Leclerc, but that dirty air is starting to kick in a little bit now. What's the engine temp saying? Your commentary is so good. Thank you, I appreciate it. I did my best to entertain. Okay, engine temp is okay. 120, that's not too bad. I thought it'd be a bit higher than that, but it's actually not that bad at all. Left-hand side tyres, though. Look at that rear left. 110 degrees on the rear left tyre. That rear left is being absolutely decimated at the moment. And yeah, you can definitely see that on the tyre wear, can't you? 14% on the rear left compared to all the other tyres. Right side's on 9%, so you're definitely seeing the difference there on the tyre wear, where you have gained a little bit of a Lewis Hamilton this lap, but still lost out to Lando Norris by a couple tenths. That McLaren looks quick, doesn't it? 22.9, new PB though. Is your wheel good? I mean, I'd hope so for the money I paid for it. Your points are in trouble. Yeah, I mean, Lando's pace right now is very good, isn't it? At least you're on mediums, your softs would be toast. Yeah, if we went sub tires, we'd be in big trouble. We would not be doing as good as the AI is right now. But maybe we'd be further up the field, though. Who knows? Gap to Hamilton still increasing. %17% that rear left now. Oh my God. Can definitely feel the dirty air there. Medium should be coming in now. You'd like to think so, right? I think it's definitely a good sign that Charles Leclerc hasn't dropped us. But I think we are starting to get towards the point where we should start seeing the medium tyre become the better tyre. Closing up towards Charles Leclerc and towards turn 1. Still way too far back for a move. Can we get a Saab tour? Maybe one day. My Saab is not quite ready for a tour right now, though. Oh my God, look at the dirty air there. I had to lift off the throttle just to make sure we didn't get a track limit for that one, because we got a huge whiff of dirty air through that right-hander. Huge amounts of understeer. Verstappen's going to P5 here as well, so he's starting to make up some moves. Hopefully for his sake, he doesn't get engine failure like he did in in Las Vegas. That's very much pointing us in the right direction of a world championship.
10 laps of fuel to go, 10 laps of fuel left.
I am actually a little bit concerned about the fuel here. 0.26 down at the moment. We might actually have to do a little bit of LICO. That fuel is not coming up as much as I thought it would. We are still within DRS range of Charles Leclerc. Hamilton getting a little bit of that lap as well. That lap was a bit slower. 4/10 slower than the previous one. Wonder how Qatar would be like for super clipping. To be fair, battery charging around here isn't too bad. There is a good few slow speed corners and medium speeds where you can lift, and that lift would help generate some batteries. So it might not be too bad here. Turn 1 it'll be bad, but I think everywhere else will be okay. Hopefully I'll be done by then, though, before we get to that point in the season. Last thing we need is a 24 race calendar going to 22 and then down to 20. That'd be quite bad for the sponsorship money and stuff. What's the highest position you finish in a race this season? We've won many races. I mean, they are still hoping they can maybe reschedule Saudi Arabia if things calm down a little bit, but we don't know yet. 8/10 to Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris is still running away here. Don't do Silverstone, Austria, and Zandvoort in reverse like in the game. Facts. Maybe we'll do that on... maybe we'll do that for Season 2. Replace Saudi, Bahrain for the reverse tracks. Maybe Qatar as well. Realism purposes. We're not going to go too much into it on stream, Wormiest. We ain't going to go too much into it on stream. We'll keep it motorsport orientated here. But yeah, I do know what's going on. Come on. Pulled away from Hamilton a bit more. 3.4 the gap there. We're still clinging on DRS to Charles Leclerc, but that gap to Norris is not budging. Those soft tyres are holding on right now. Where's Piastri right now? I think Piastri's P6. So he's not done amazing on that medium tyre either, is he? Come on. 7/10 at the moment. DRS wide open again down towards turn 1. 23.1 that time around. We're slipstreaming all the way down, but still just not quite close enough. can't get close up to Leclerc to make a move. The DRS is nice and all that, but we are getting towards that point where I'd want to see that medium tire becoming the better tire, and that's not really happening. Although, as I say that, Piastri has just passed Verstappen for P5, so maybe it's starting to happen down there a little bit at least. But we are slowly coming towards the closing stages here, and we're not making up the ground we want at the moment.
Okay, we've got 7 laps worth of fuel remaining.
Fuel is starting to come equal a little bit. Yo, Morgan with a 25 gifted. What? Holy moly, Morgan with a 25 gifted at subs. Are you kidding me? My God. Morgan, thank you much for the 25 gifted, you mad lad.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Give me some W's up in chat for Morgan with a 25 gifted, chat. Thank you so much, Morgan, for the 25, my dude. If you were one of those that got a gifted sub from Morgan, make sure to drop a massive thank you to him for the 25 there. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Let's use that momentum to try and get past Charles Leclerc, maybe. Down towards turn 1. We've got some good overspeed, but still not close enough. We keep pushing. There's not really that many overtaking opportunities in Qatar. Turn 1 is kind of the main one, so got to get it done there if anywhere. Thank you, Morgan, so much for 25 and doing that. It's very, very generous. Really do appreciate that, man. Julio, I think that follows well, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Captain Norris still maintaining as well. How on earth are they doing this in these soft tires? I know how, they're AI. 17,597. I fucking know I can't talk anymore. 175,975 to go. There we go. I got to read the number correctly first. Come on. Can we try and get a bit close towards Charles Leclerc here, maybe? I'm pushing through these corners like crazy. Tell you what. Might have a chance here, you know. 4 tenths back on Charles Leclerc. Here we go. On to lap 14. This might be the moment. I'm pushing the DRS. I'm pushing the battery. We're giving everything. Here we go on Charles Leclerc. We'll force the inside at turn 1. And there we go on Charles Leclerc. He tries to take around the outside. He hasn't got the grip, though. And we move ourselves into second place. Could that be the move that inspires us to try and charge on? He's going to try and have another go down towards turn 4, maybe, but definitely too far back at the moment. Come on. 2.9 to Norris. Still pulling away, though. Can we try and find 3 seconds over Lando Norris with 5 laps to go? We need these soft tyres to deteriorate even further. We've got yellow flags in the first sector. Is that mechanical failure or someone spun? I think they spun, I guess, because they were very slow for a moment, but they're going again. On the racing boards, I think that is. I mean, to be honest, it barely pulled away from Charles Leclerc since passing him, let alone catch Lando Norris. We're still in the fight for P2 right now. I think we might have got a little bit too greedy here because Charles Leclerc is still on our rear diffuser. He can sniff the oils from our gearbox here as we head down towards turn 1. Here comes Charles Leclerc again. I think that P2 is going to be a very short-lived one, and it is indeed Charles Leclerc back into P2. Jeez. That's a reality check right there, isn't it? We got our hopes up a little bit after passing him, but then he just immediately passes the next lap anyway, so that's a nice reality check for us. Anyhow, let's keep pushing.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel.
Still not massively keen on what our fuel's at right now, though. Lando gained half a second, yeah. Yeah, those softs just aren't deteriorating at the way we expected to at all, are they? I mean, against Hamilton and Verstappen, we've been okay, but Leclerc and Lando have been holding their soft tyres really well. That really sums it up. What's good, Evans? How's it going, mate? More yellow flags in the middle sector. That looks like a Mercedes. Oh my god. Some more understeer there. Lovely. I think he might have a puncture. No, it's not. Never mind.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead.
George Russell.
Remember, we
Wow.
need to get to the end of the race
That
in
Mercedes
time.
had a torrid time this season, isn't it? Really, really, really bad time. They are miles behind us in the Constructors Championship. And, yeah, now he's out of the race as well. 3.8 to Lando Norris. I think we might have to admit defeat here, you know, chat. Big contrast to what's happening in real life, right? It's quite funny. The points they have right now in this career mode is only slightly more than what they have in real life right now. That's how bad they've done this season. Right, George's car's struck on the right-hand side. No VSC, because... Oh, my God. Hey, so I actually didn't like that much. Am I going to lose DRS here as well because of that? No, we're good. We're good. There is just nothing I can do against Charles Leclerc right now. Like, we're still losing time to Lando. I'm just clinging on DRS. We are just in a very awkward position here, aren't we? I reckon what we do, chat, is we just do a big save for the final lap and then try and blitz him at turn 1. I'll bear that in mind. Thanks, noob. Oh, we're good, Seiko. That'd be good, mate. Yeah, I appreciate that, Morgan. That was very generous, dude. Very, very generous. Come on. Could work, but don't lose DRS. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to make sure we are right on his tail the entirety of the next lap. And then at the start of 90, we'd have to try and blitz by him to get that position. I mean, I think it's just too late for P1, isn't it? We're 4.2 behind with 2 to go. It's just not going to happen for P1. So I think we have to just accept that P2 is probably the realistic result here. But Leclerc is still quite quick and the tyres are still sliding for us as well. Now the final corner we go. On to lap 18. And we got a cockpit view here. We do indeed. A cockpit view for the penultimate lap. Here we go. That might make the make it more difficult. Well done, Nico.
We're
What up, Kevin?
increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Come on. Tony did not plan out for the sector one of the previous lap. Yeah. I'm sure you had it all lined up, ready to go. Waiting for the second to last corner to press it, I bet. How hard is the Monaco track? Pretty difficult. Especially if you're a more casual / new sort of player. I've dropped off a little bit here, haven't I? I've been trying to save the battery, though. We've got a bit more in the tank than last lap, but I might be too far back for a turn 1 pass here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm way too far back.
Let's go. Final lap.
Way too far back. Final lap, and we weren't able to get past Charles Leclerc on the first corner, so this will have to be a job for somewhere else, I think. If we can try and find a way through. That was way too deep in turn 2, though. That will not help our case. Hamilton Verstappen fighting away for a P4 down there as well. Yeah, I'm just not going to get him, mate. He's held on to those soft tyres really well. I mean, Lando Norris now soft tyre has been very strong as well. I think if we start on soft tyres, I would not be able to hold on to them like they have. So they did a very good job on those soft tyres. But I think for us, unfortunately, chat, P3 will be where it's going to be. We put a lot of pressure on Charles Leclerc. We got past him on one occasion, but he just got back by us the lap after. And unfortunately, we will not get into the top 2. P3 is still all right, though. However, what it does mean is that we can no longer mathematically win the Constructors Championship anymore. I'm pretty sure that means we are knocked out as we enter low fuel mode as well, just to really round it out. And that will do it for the sprint race here in Qatar. P3 for ourselves. I don't know where our teammate finished, but I'm pretty sure we can no longer mathematically win the Constructors Championship. Let's find out. Ah, man. Well, I'm kind of like... What track is more difficult for you? For me, Miami. Ho got P10 anyway. Yeah. I think it's over, chat, for the Constructors. Let's see. We can only score 88 points for remaining races, can't we? Oh, we're 89 down. Bro, that's brutal. We're 1 point over the mark. Ladies and gentlemen, we can no longer mathematically win the Constructors' Championship with Audi. McLaren scored the extra points today. We needed to be within 88, and unfortunately, we are 89 away at the end of the sprint race. So we cannot win the Constructors' Championship anymore. Brutal. But what we can still do is we can still fight for P2. We can do an Arsenal here, basically, and try and finish second in the Constructors. We are only, 23 points down on Ferrari. So we still have a very good realistic chance of getting P2, but we need our teammate to start scoring some better results. That P10 scoring no points in the sprint race is not going to help us whatsoever. So if we want to get second in the Constructors, we need our teammate to buckle up a bit more and put his foot down as well, because that is not going to be enough. Not going to be enough. Realistically, you weren't going to win it. Required both basically a quadruple DNF. Yeah, it was always extremely unlikely, but I was riding the hopium a little bit. Not even a little bit, a lot, in fact. But, yeah. Well, that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, for the sprint race here in Qatar. We can no longer win the Constructors' Championship, but for the final 2 races, we still have a good shot of going for second place in the Constructors, and we will give it everything to do just that. But P3 is where we finish up for the sprint race. Norris takes the win. Charles Leclerc in second. Verstappen, Hamilton, Piastri, Hadjar, and Albon all scoring points here. Obviously, only top 8 score points in a sprint race. Hulkenberg did finish in the top 10, but with no points going to 9th or 10th, he will not score any points. But that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for the sprint race. Now we look ahead to the big ones. We got qualifying up next, and then we will have the main race as well. Ed, thank you for... Jeez, my voice is going. Ed, thank you for as well, mate. Appreciate it, dude. Welcome in as well. Not my Audi. Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed as well. If only Hulkenberg had a better start to the season. I mean, if we go and look at his season results, you can see on here alone. Look where Hulkenberg is. He didn't score a single point up until Canada. And he got a P4 there as well. So if we had Hulkenberg, you know, bucking up his ideas a little bit at the start of the season, we might have had a better chance of going for the Constructors' Championship. But it was only until really, Monza onwards, really, where he actually started to score more consistent points. So he's unfortunately let us down a little bit there despite a couple of podiums. And if you compare that to our results at the top there, our worst result was a P8. We have finished in the points every single race this season. The only driver to do that, I believe, as well, I think. Oh, no, Lando Norris finished in the points of the race as well, when he's finished, obviously. As a Charles Leclerc, Piastri finished outside the points, yeah. So, yeah, only ourselves and Norris and Leclerc are the only ones to finish. When we finish, it's finished inside the points, so. And I sacked him by Spain, facts. Yeah, it's pretty catastrophic, really, so. Right. That is one race done, chat. The small one is done, and now it's time to get ourselves ready for the big one. We have qualifying up first, of course, for the before we go into the big one. And then after that, we'll have 57 laps of racing to come after that as well. And hopefully, we can try and outscore the Ferraris. That will be our new objective. The Ferraris are our rivals now. Everything we do is to rival Ferrari. And not just Ferrari as well, Red Bull actually as well, seeing as they are still in that Constructors fight for second place too. They're only 9 points behind Ferrari. We're only 14 points behind them. So Ferrari, Red Bull, Audi, that is the current rivalry right now in the Constructors. We've got to care a lot about how they do. So without further ado, let's get underway for qualifying here in Qatar again. Running Verstappen finishing P16 Coaster is not spoken about enough. Yeah, running Verstappen has fumbled quite hard. And it wasn't even as if he had like a car issue in Qatar either. He genuinely just had zero pace. He was so slow. He was just getting overtaken lap after lap. He qualified well as well, I'm pretty sure. I think he was like 4th or 5th in the qualifying. And then, yeah, just completely plummeted in the race. Very strange. It was like he had a mechanical failure, but he didn't. It was bizarre. Audi is slow. I agree. It's the driver that makes the difference, which is why I won the World Championship. Okay. Into qualifying we go then. So we do have 4 soft tires available here. We'll obviously use this soft tire right here. So it's the only one we get available for Q1. So let's load up for a couple laps of fuel. And that'll do, I think. All right. Let's do this. Where did we qualify, finish the sprint? Qualified P1, finished P3. The medium tires, unfortunately, just didn't have the pace of the soft tires. What game is this? F125. If only they gave points from 12th and up, right? Bit like our community race. They should take notes from us, I'd say. Can you remove both bots, please? I can, yes. There you go. They should be gonzo.
Okay,
all right.
that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
Is your brother GB? Yeah, me and GB are brothers. We are related. How would modern F1 cars handle old ones with a big oval? They wouldn't. They'd fall apart going through that oval section. When does 26 come out? In June. Do you think Max will leave F1? I don't think he wants to. Like, deep down, I think Verstappen really wants to stay in F1 and really try and, you know, fight the demons that he's got going on inside him right now. But it is very obvious that he hates these regulations. He's not the only one. There are plenty of drivers out there who don't like these regulations either. And if things don't change fast enough, you know, then he may well leave. And I don't think he'd be the only one to leave as well. I think he'd be the start of a long list of drivers who might end up leaving F1 because of it. So, yeah, I know, right? Imagine getting nailed by Max Verstappen in Arc Raiders. Oh, I'd probably quit. Great game, though, I would say. Very good game. What do you think is the hardest circuit? I mean, typically speaking, everyone thinks Monza's the hardest circuit. Not Monza, sorry, Monaco. And they would be probably right, but I generally struggle more at Miami than Monaco, personally. How's there more viewers on TikTok than on Twitch? That is very normal. That happens all the time. TikTok has like a much bigger discovery than Twitch does. I'd be quite shocked if it was the other way around, to be honest with you. $21.7 for Hulkenberg. Baku is much more harder than Miami? I don't know, I disagree. I get on alright with Baku. What about Jeddah? I love Jeddah. Jeddah's so much fun to drive. I'd say it's a medium difficulty one, that one. What's better for you to have, TikTok or Twitch? Well, TikTok is better for discoverability, but Twitch is more sustainable, I'd say.
Okay, that's P19.
Here we go to the line. How's our first lap going to be? 21.1. P6, 4/10 point Verstappen. Now Verstappen wants to buck his ideas up. Christ. Monaco's fun to drive when you master it. I agree. Yeah, doing a lap of Monaco is very satisfying when you nail it. The viewing experience on Twitch is better too. Absolutely. We've got a higher quality on Twitch. It's just generally much better there as well. If we go to Twitch, it's better for you? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, ultimately, I ain't going to tell you where to watch. You can, wherever you are happier to watch, go crazy. But for my kind of streaming career in a way, it is better if you watch on Twitch. But as long as you're happy, I'm happy. Am I more into street circuits or actual open circuits? Actual circuits by far. That said, though, I do think we do have a good couple of street circuits. Like, I think Jeddah's great. Montreal technically is a street circuit. I think that's a great track as well. We do have a couple of very good street circuits, but I prefer actual racetracks to street tracks, in my opinion. I'm yet to experience a nailed lap at Monaco. A nailed lap for you is nailing the wall, right? I think a lot of people share that sentiment. All right. We could have done a second lap, but I don't think there's much need to. We're P2, P4 right now. I think we're fine there for Q1. Bigger screen on Twitch as well. Exactly, yep. Life is just better on Twitch, you know? Does that mod come with race suits? Because I've just downloaded an mod. It still has the Sauber suits. This one does, I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure this mod comes with everything combined. It's got the logo. It's got the race suits. It's got the livery. It's got everything to it. I think this mod is from Prox Designs, I believe. All right. I go full Yuki back on most laps. Okay. Yeah, 4/10 down on Verstappen in the on that lap there. We were good in the first sector. Middle sector, we were nearly 2/10 off. And then final sector. Wow, look at that final sector. Has Verstappen just done an incredible final sector? Because compared to everyone else, my final sector's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. I mean, Verstappen is like 3/10 faster than everyone else in the final sector, so that must have just been an incredible one from him. Albon and Leclerc are both underneath us here as well. Norris goes P5. Pushes Hulkenberg back a bit further. Anyone else hit to a lap? Lewis Hamilton's about to cross the line. Let's see where he goes. Hamilton crossed the line. He will go and do a 21.4. Puts him to P5. Hulkenberg is just dropping right now, isn't he? Hajar is going to cross the line in a moment too. Where does the Frenchman go? P12. Yikes, that's not a good lap. That's a bit of a difference between Verstappen and Hajar there. 1.1 seconds. Yikes. Anyway, that lap should be good enough for us. I'm happy with that. Is it on overtake.gg? Yes, it is indeed. I've almost nailed enough at Monaco. I've just got to get the apexes right. I'm smooth sailing. I mean, if you're missing apexes, I would say that's not nailing a lap personally. Bro, Verstappen went even faster. He did another lap just to show off. Oh my god, he's 7/10 quicker at the end of Q1. Yo, what have they put in that Red Bull all of a sudden? Where has that pace been for the second half of the season from Verstappen? He's 7/10 ahead. Good god. Wow. Max Verstappen, 20.4 for Q1. Ourselves with a 21.1. Not our best lap, but Not 7/10 difference, best, that's for sure. Alex Albon P3, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, Stroll, Alonso, Piastri, and Colapinto all in the top 10 there as well. Our teammate in P11, Russell, Hadjar, Anthony, Ocon, and Sainz all through to Q2 as well. Leaving us in Q1 will be Pierre Gasly, Valtteri Bottas, Liam Lawson, Ollie Behrman, Sergio Perez, and Arvid Lindblad. They're all knocked out in the opening session. On to Q2 we go. But, yeah, that 7/10 is scary, bro. That came out of nowhere. I mean, like, being 4/10 down was one thing, but the fact it opened up to 7? Ah, damn. Okay, onwards and upwards. Let's do this tire for Q2, because we want to try and save one soft tire for the race just in case. I don't think we'll do a soft tire, but on the off chance we do want it, we will try and save one. So we'll do this one for our first lap and see how we go with that. All right, fuel 5.5, that's fine as well. Perfect.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out.
Is this 23 or what, right? It feels like it. Verstappen flying. Red Bull does give you wings when your name is Max Verstappen, yep. Although Red Bull has not been giving him wings so far this season in real life. When's F1 26 coming out? The DLC will drop in June. Most likely. That's the rumor. For all we know, it might get delayed for all we know, but at the moment, that's when we expect it. But nothing no confirmation or official statement yet. That's just the word going around. Okay, let's get these tires warmed up. We've got a fresh, shiny pair of new boots on. We'll try and maximize our performance here. Yeah, the left side comes up really nicely. It's that right side that's problematic. Left side's already at 75, 77. The right side, the front right, is just stuck at 70. Maybe I've got to do the esports technique real quick. What track is this? This is Qatar. Alright, let's back off from that Aston a little bit. We've got a Rebel coming behind us here as well, so... Alright, here we go. Out the final quarter we go. First lap of Q2. Will it be our running lap? Let's find out. Let's lock in real quick. Wow. Apex is optional, I guess, right? Purple. Might be a short-lived purple, though. .6 for Lando Norris. That's a good lap, to be fair. Purple in the middle center as well. Can we try and keep it flat in these corners? So far, so good. Can we do it in the penultimate one? I tried, but it got very snappy. I had to back off the throttle. We kept the lap valid because of that. Out the final corner we go. Foot to the floor. This will not be a PB or a fast lap, I don't think. Yeah, 21-0. 3 tenths away from Lando Norris. That one snap cost us quite a lot there, didn't it? But it was much faster than that Q1 lap, at least. But P2 is where we'll sit for the time being. Left tires went up to 4% during that as well, so I might try a second lap just see if we can improve a bit more. But I think with the balance on the car right now, I don't think we could do that second to last corner flat out. Everywhere else seemed okay. But I might have to lift a little bit in that second to last one. Let's cool the tires down a little bit and go again next lap, I think. Oh, me, thank you for following Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in as well. I still can't see the mod. Just comes up with the one I already downloaded. Try Googling it instead. Google Prox Designs F126 Audi mods. And see if you can see it on Google. I know that the overtake search bar can be a bit weird sometimes. Alright, let's do a second one. I think the right side tires might have cooled down too much now, annoyingly. That'll have to do for now. Right, take 2. Let's try and close up that gap a little bit. I'm not too happy with that right now. Better turn 1 that time as well. Much better. Not a great middle sector.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Whoa. How much time do we get in the second last corner then? Let's see. Little lifts. Yeah, look at that. 2/10 gain right off the bat. Much better. That was on old tyre as well. It's not going to be P1, but we should go back into P2. And we do indeed overtaking Verstappen. Hamilton goes P3 now as well. And that should be much better, I think, for Q2. Much, much better. This has adverts. Yeah, it's only, like, what, 30 seconds? Ain't that bad. I have my ads on Twitch set to the lowest, so if I could turn off ads completely, I would. But unfortunately, I don't have that option too. So I have it set to the lowest possible, though, so you shouldn't get too many intrusive ads. Think I found it, just not Prox Designs. Who's it by? Because I know Prox did like a lot of... Prox did a lot of the... I think every team actually he did in the end, so... they're the ones I've all used. Okay, that should be enough for a Q3 then, I think, shouldn't it? We are 800s away from Lando Norris so far. What's that gap to Alonso in P11? Pretty much a second there as well. That ain't too bad. Mild T design, less the same group person. Doesn't ring a bell. As long as you see, like, the race suits and the logo there, Evans, then should be fine. One thing I don't like about April Fool's Day is you see nice cars, other things, just find out it's April Fool's Day. Yep. Yep, every tech company, I swear, does something for April Fools. I've seen so many. Mozza, I'm pretty sure, did a, what was it Mozza did? Mozza did an April Fool's one as well. Can't remember exactly what they did, but Fanatec claimed they released plant pots. I've seen certain companies advertising, like, monitor stands for cats and things like that. Yeah, they always go kind of wild with it. All right, let's finish up Q2. That should be enough to get us through to Q3, I think. And it is indeed. And Hulkenberg is through to Q3 as well. Lovely stuff. Right. Lando Norris then, leading the charge so far here in Qatar. He won the sprint race. He's currently leading qualifying so far as well, heading into the final session. Ourselves in P2, 800ths away from the 25 world champion. Lewis Hamilton in P3, Verstappen in P4, Piastri, Ocon, Hulkenberg in P7 there as well. Not bad at all. Hadjar, Leclerc, and Sainz all through to Q3 as well. Leaving us in Q2, both Mercedes are dismissed again in Q2, just like in the sprint race. Kimi Antonelli and George Russell are both eliminated in Q2. Alonso starts P11 as well. Stroll, Albon, Colapinto all knocked out too, and they will take no further part in qualifying. Those Mercedes this weekend have been diabolical, haven't they? But either way, both the Audis in 2nd and 7th. Let's see if we can try and get one step higher for the final session. Iceland did a Dalek bread. A Dalek bread. Oh, dear. That's good. I like that one. Right. On to the final session we go then. So I think for our first lap, we'll jump onto the old soft tire. Obviously, it won't be a very good lap on this old soft tire, but we'll give it a go and see what we can do. And then for our final lap, we'll jump onto one of these fresher ones. And hopefully that'll give us the lap time we need to try and fight for pole position. Right, let's go and put the fuel down to the minimum for 2.8. And I think we should be good to go. Yeah, Qatar only today. Tomorrow, we'll be doing the season finale in Abu Dhabi. I put my glove on the wrong way around. I saw the race joking about the FI mandating that solar panels need to be attached to the cars. To be fair, that would be believable with the current state of Formula One. Genuinely, if I saw the FIA tweet out saying they're going to put solar panels on the car to help charge the battery, I would genuinely not be shocked.
Okay, when you're
Like,
ready,
that's the way we're going right now. Put a massive solar panel across the rear wing or something. Oh, dear. The more I think about it, the more I think it's going to happen now. It says a lot. You're the main man for F1 stream, mate. Really like your streams, fella. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you, dudes. Very kind of you. How do I get so good? Playing the game too much. Williams would be over 800 kilograms than they would be. James Vowles would be having a horrid time. The day they do that is the day I quit following it. Genuinely, like, I would really not be shocked whatsoever. I can very much envision them doing something like that in the future. Yeah, you can download all these liveries and stuff from overtake.gg. Prox Designs is the guy who creates all the liveries. There is also a mod that allows you to bring in Perez, Bottas, Lindblad. It moves Hadjar to Red Bull as well. I think that was by Biker, I believe, that made that one. Tires still a little bit cold right now. What's the wear on these tires? 10 and 11%. Eesh. It'll be fun for the engineers. I don't think fun's the right word to use for them. Imagine you get a day of no sunlight. It's a cloudy race or a rainy race. They would hate life. All right, here we go. First lap. $21.2 for Nico Hulkenberg. That's actually not that bad. Won't be near the top, though, because Max Verstappen is on 20.3. Was that on first time load up, Evans, or is that every time? Every time? Try verifying the game files and try again. There might be a conflict between some of the mods or something, I don't know. Come up. Here we go to the line. This won't be a spectacular lap, but a 20.8. Actually, I'll tell you what, a 20.8 on these tyres, that's actually quite respectable, I'd say. Rear left's on 15%, and we're only 5 tenths away from Verstappen. I don't mind that, actually. It doesn't look like a lot, but that is actually a pretty convincing lap time for a tyre of this state. Okay. Let's head back to the garage. This track took me days to learn. I'm still not great at it. It's a really awkward track because you need to understand how much speed you can carry through the corners, or you're guaranteed to get a track limit from pushing too much or something like that. It is definitely on like the harder end of the spectrum to try and learn without racing line. I don't think like the corners themselves are necessarily that difficult. It's just more understanding how to maximize the speed without, you know, breaking track limit rules. Do I play F1 Manager? I did, but not as much in the last 12 months or so. It's a good game, but I think the problem is it was just way too niche. They were spending a lot of money on development for that game and the licensing, and they just didn't really get the revenue from it, so... The concept was great, the idea was great, but unfortunately, I don't think it really had the player base to keep developing it. All right. I can remember a few years ago that Lamborghini, Porsche, and other big brands in an F1 mods. I mean, they still are. You can still get mods that have Lamborghini, Porsche, BMW, all sorts. Too many bugs and predictability in F1 Manager. I think the thing that got me with F1 Manager was, like, how repetitive everything was. Like, I would see the exact same kind of crashes, the exact same kind of spins. Like, everything just felt very, like, forced in a way, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word to use, really, but I felt like you could very much predict the type of incident that was going to happen. You'd get the pop-up saying that someone spun or someone crashed, and you'd be like, I already know exactly what's happened. And it'd be the exact same sort of crash, the exact same sort of spin every time. It was just way too repetitive with the incidents like that. What PC would you recommend that is good for running sim racing? You'd want a decent PC. You don't need like a crazy good PC unless you plan on making content or something, but you want a pretty strong PC. Not strong, but a strongish PC. You'd probably be looking at spending like around 1,000, I think, most likely, just for the PC alone. Pax, thank the floor on Twitch for mate. Appreciate it. Frontier's fault. They just need to last game bugless. Last game had too many am I having a seizure reading this? They just need to last game bugless. The last game had too many bugless. I'm just going to assume you meant they have too many bugs, but yes, I would agree. How do you control the traction control and avoid spins? You've got to be more careful on the throttle. Apply the throttle once the car is fully straightened out, rather than when you're, you know, still turning into a corner or something like that. Maybe shift up a gear a bit earlier as well to try and get some more rear grip. Right. 4 minutes to go in the session. Let's skip down to the last few minutes. I came from work, being engineer is tiring. Yeah, I can attest to that. Do I watch any other sports apart from motorsports? I'm a football fan. I'm an Arsenal fan, for those who don't know me. And I also watch ice hockey as well. NHL, mostly. Right, we should start seeing the first cars hanging out on track for the final lap here, but I'm not seeing anyone out yet. There we go. Sainz is out now. Arsenal? Yep. Go on, make your jokes. Come on. Make your jokes. Oh, P2. Ha, second again, ole, ole. Come on.
Checks complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
What's my camera settings? If you go to my Twitch and do the command camera, you'll get more there. Next season FC. We ain't gonna worry about next season, right? Right? Surely we win it this year, right? Hulk staying in the pits. Bruh. I did an F1 25 practice session and Verstappen went quicker than soft runners on hards. Yep, that sounds like Max Verstappen. Well, maybe not the current Max Verstappen, but maybe the previous one. If Arsenal bottle the league this year, do they sack Arteta? They won't, but they should if he doesn't win the league. That, from this position, it would be a sackable offence to not win the league. Alright, let's get the tire temps up. 72 on the front left, 60 on the front right. That right side will be the priority in getting the temps up, because that's the one that's the lowest all the time. The left side comes up quite nicely, but the right side does take a bit of time. Tire temp pack. Got a brake drag and let go of the wheel, right? All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is going to be the lap to hopefully put us in the contest for pole position here in Qatar. It's the final lap of qualifying. Will it be enough? Here we go. Lock in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. Good first sector so far. Nice. This feels good. Max Verstappen, 20.1. We're nearly into the 19s here. Could we be the ones to get into the 19s? Let's see. Our lap time is looking very strong so far with 7/10 up on the Delta. This is going to be close at the moment for pole position. Oh, lost a little bit through the third to last corner. This is very close. Come on. Through the final corner we go. We've lost a bit of time on entry, but it's a good exit. Here we go to the line. How's it going to be? It's a 20.1 alongside Max Verstappen in second place. How close was that to a pole position here in Qatar? We both did 20. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 3,000s behind Max Verstappen. Verstappen does a 20.130. We do a 20.133. 3,000s behind the four-time world champion. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris will start on the second row alongside each other. Sainz and Piastri on the third row. Ocon and Hamilton on the fourth. Then Isaac Hadjar and our teammate Nico Hulkenberg will start on the fifth and final row of Q3. 1.1 seconds separating that top 10 at the end there as well. But, that is brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Literally just like a trim of carbon fiber away from game pole position there. The final sector we had there wasn't great, I don't think. We made a couple of tiny mistakes in that final sector, and I think that's probably what cost us. Let's have a look at the sector times. Verstappen did a 4.31. Oh, yeah, we was even slower in the final sector, actually. Look at that. Dude, how was he so quick in the final sector? Or are we just really bad in the final sector? Maybe the latter. Damn, okay. Never mind. I think we just have a skill issue in the final sector, actually. We did a 23.9. Everyone was doing at least 23.7s. Verstappen did a 23.4. So, yeah, a lot of that time is lost in that final sector there, really. But, damn, brutal. All right. P2 for ourselves, chat. P10 for our teammate. That does make things very interesting in terms of Constructors Championship right now as well, because the Ferraris are a bit split apart right now too. So, yeah. All right. Here we go, chat. Time to get ourselves ready for the Grand Prix then here in Qatar. It was a good effort, but it was still 3,000s off. McLaren still leading? Yes. Unfortunately, after the sprint race, we can no longer win the Constructors Championship. But we are still, like, 20 points, I think it was, roughly, away from Ferrari in second place. Yeah, 23 points away from Ferrari in the Constructors Championship. So we can still get Peter in the Constructors, but yeah, we've still got a good bit of work doing the final two races, and hopefully we can try and get that for the start here in Qatar, and then maybe tomorrow in Abu Dhabi, we could try and seal it. Let's see. We are going to need a bit of help from our teammate, though, and he starts P10, so he's got a bit of work to do. What up, Stock? How's it going, mate? I can't wait for Max to still somehow win race the next F1 game. Well, he'll most likely be the highest rated driver, but yeah, the Red Bull should be quite far down in the R&D, so I guess we'll find out, right? I guess we'll find out. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the final race of the night, the moment that you guys have been waiting for. It's time for the Qatar Grand Prix. Plenty of laps to come here in Qatar as well. We've got 57 laps to look forward to in this race. It is going to be a difficult one, But starting P2, we still have a good chance of scoring some big points for the Constructors Championship. We can no longer mathematically win the championship, but we can finish P2 still. We're only 23 points behind Ferrari in second, and we're only 14 behind Red Bull, who's sitting P3 right now as well. So, who knows? A couple of good results today. We might already jump into P3, maybe, if we're lucky, P2 as well. But we're going to need a lot of luck for that to happen in today's race. Hopefully, we can get ourselves in a good position, minimize that gap as much as possible today, and then in Abu Dhabi tomorrow, we'll have a good fight in our hands for second place in the Constructors. But we are going to need our teammate to pull his weight a little bit. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Qatar Grand Prix. While the race loads up, I'm going to go take a quick toilet break. If you guys can grab a drink or a snack, now's your chance to do so, and then we'll regroup in a few moments' time, ready for 57 laps of racing action here in Qatar.
Welcome back to Qatar and the Lusail International Circuit. There's a long history of two-wheeled motorsport action here, but in 2021, Lewis Hamilton won out as part of an epic battle that year with Max Verstappen. But who will win out tonight? We're back here in Lusail for a track that's 3.34 miles long. There are 16 turns around its unique three-pronged shape and just a single DRS zone out of turn 16. It's fast and it's flowing, and there's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS down the long straight and into turn 1. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Wang completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, Carlos Sainz and Piastri, Ocon, Hamilton, Hadjar and Nico Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso, Antonelli, Lance Stroll and Albon, Colapinto, Gasly, Valtteri Bottas and Liam Lawson, Behrman, Lindblad and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. So we come to Qatar this weekend, and what's the word I'm looking for when I think about the middle part of this track? Relentless.
The whole track's relentless. It's predominantly built to be a motorbike circuit. For an F1 car, that means a lot of G-force. It's hot here, it's humid this time of the year that we come to in Formula One, and this puts pressure on the drivers. It also puts pressure on the car and the demands of the tyres. So it's a brutal circuit.
All right.
So I know we've already won the championship, and it's amazing, but it's not time to switch off yet. We can relax in this race, but I want you to enjoy it. I also want a strong result.
Okay, Mark, setting the expectation, I see. Fair enough. I ain't gonna lie, though, chat. On the way back from the bathroom, I just stubbed my little toe, and it really fucking hurt. Lennox, thank you for on Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dude. Is there a bigger pain than stubbing your little toe? Ouch. Okay. Here we go, chat. Time to get ourselves ready for the Qatar Grand Prix. Soft medium is the strategy it's suggesting. There's no way we're doing a soft medium, though. Let's switch that to a hard. Just see the difference between a medium and a hard. I'm surprised it was to try and go that long on a soft tire, though. Stubbing a big toe and fracturing. I know from a friend, definitely. I have broken my toe once before, but that was when I was very, very young. Yeah. I'd like to think it's not broken, but it does hurt. As long as I can still push the throttle down, that's all that matters, right? Oh. Yeah, I don't think I want to use a soft tire. But we could try and do like a soft medium hard, maybe. Or is it like we try and do that? I think the game is very much overrating the soft tire right now, isn't it? No doubt about it. 15, 20, 22. Getting a hoodie caught in a trouser zipper. I know what you're referring to there. When you broke your thumb too. Yeah, that was quite painful as well. I didn't break my thumb, I dislocated it. But yeah, either way, that wasn't too nice. What's everyone else starting? Let's have a look. Oh, wow, that's a lot of soft tires. Carlos Sainz is starting on the mediums. Everyone else up here is on the softs. In fact, everyone is on the soft tire other than Carlos Sainz, which is kind of similar to the sprint race, really, isn't it? So my assumption would be that people are going to try a two-stopper, but honestly, with how good the tire is for AI here, they might well try a one-stopper for all we know, so... I just don't think the soft tires are going to last that long. If we're going to two-stop it, a soft medium hard is what we can do, but if we want a one-stop, then I'd rather start the mediums, but yeah. Still sore. 2 seconds, chat. I just want to check the... Is it going to load? No, it's not going to load. Never mind. There goes that idea. Okay. How can I improve at racing the Nordschleifer? Just keep doing laps and pray. I still haven't learned the Nordschleifer myself, so... Soft, medium, soft. I only have one tire, unfortunately. I mean, I do have more soft tires, but they're all used, so there's no point really doing that, so... I think we are gonna set up for a two-stopper, I think. What does a soft hard look like? Again, it's a long way to go on the soft tires again, isn't it? Yeah. I think we plan a two-stopper here. 15 on the softs, 20 on mediums, 22 on hards. I think that could work. I just don't think the tire wear is going to be anywhere near as good as it actually thinks it's going to be. So, I think the two-stop will work out. Let's also drop the fuel down as well. We'll go... I think we'll go like a lap down on the fuel today, because the fuel was a bit tricky in the sprint race, wasn't it? So, well, medium, soft, hards. We would lose a lot of track position early on, I think, because everyone else is on the soft tire. I think that's the issue. We've got to be a little bit careful with track position here. Let's do that, I think. 56 laps on fuel should be good there, too. Right. Prediction time, chat. We could do who will score more points out of Audi, Red Bull, and Ferrari, seeing as that is a constructors' fight right now. What do you guys think? What wheel have I got? I've got the Mazda FSR. I kind of like the idea of doing those three teams. Because they're all sort of like separated a little bit right now as well, aren't they? We've got Leclerc and Hamilton in 3rd and 8th. We've got the Audis in 2nd and 10th. The Red Bulls in 1st and 9th. I think that'd be quite good, right? Should I get a Mazda after my lodge dies down? Absolutely. If you get a Mazda, make sure to use my referral link. Come on, Mazda in the chat. Most of the on Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in as well. Can you only use Mazda wheels on PC? You can get the R3, which works on Xbox. Unfortunately, none of it is PlayStation compatible, but... Is content creation a full-time job? No. No, it's not. Let's do that. Who will score the most points out of Red Bull, Audi, and Ferrari? That's good for the race today, and of course the championship as well. So that'll be our prediction, I think. Right! Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to get ourselves ready and underway for some racing action here in Qatar, what you say? So we're doing all right so far? You can say that. You can say that. We won the championship at least, so got to be doing something, right? All right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Qatar Grand Prix. And we start in second place this. We qualified on pole for the sprint race, but unfortunately, Max Verstappen pipped us by 3 thousandths. 0.003 over the line in qualifying. And unfortunately, he took that pole position right away from us at the end. So P2 is where we start, but hopefully we can still try and get a good launch and maybe give him a contest down towards the opening corner. This is the strategy we are looking for today's great race as well. We're going to start on the soft tires for 15 laps, transition over to the mediums for 20, and then finalize ourselves on the hard tires for 22. The game does think a one-stop's doable here, but I think the tire wear is going to be way too bad for that. So that is a projection on our strategy side, and hopefully that'll get us some good points today as well. Today's prediction, ladies and gentlemen, will be who will score the most points out of Audi, Red Bull, and Ferrari. Make sure to get your predictions up in a moment's time. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Qatar Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, the prediction is up right now. Which team will score the most points in this Grand Prix? Will it be the Red Bulls in first and ninth? Will it be the Audis in second and 10th? Or will it be the Ferraris in third and 8th? Get your predictions in right now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, now the final corner as we look to line up in second place in the grid order here as well. Max Verstappen pipped us to pole position by barely anything, only 3 thousandths between ourselves and the Dutchman. And our tyres are also a little bit cold here as well, which might make things a little bit awkward too. So here we go. Lining up on the grid in second place. We're on the soft tyres. Almost everyone is on the soft tyres other than Carlos Sainz. He's on the mediums. But let's see if we can try and get the launch down towards turn 1, despite being on a bit of a colder soft tyre right now. Here we go. 5 red lights here in Qatar. It's lights out, away we go for the Qatar Grand Prix. That's a decent launch off the line. Verstappen got a pretty horrific launch as we go through the second phase. Down towards turn 1 we go. We'll hold it tight. We'll hold the lead over the Qatar Grand Prix as well. Verstappen did not get off the line very well at all. And we will take the lead on the opening lap here in Qatar. Verstappen was sideways through turn 2 there as well. I saw the rearview mirror. And that will just give us a little bit more of an advantage in the early stages of this race. Beautiful start for ourselves, though. And now we look to try and hold this lead as well. Lando Norris right on the tail of Max Verstappen into the hairpin here as well. Looks like the McLarens have both got good starts. I don't know where our teammate is right now. Hopefully he's still inside that top 10. That'd be very important for us to make sure he gets some good points today. But I don't think a P10 is going to be good points as such, but at least it's something compared to nothing. Let's try and push away from Max Verstappen now. 8 tenths now, the gap between ourselves and the Dutchman. That's a good opening lap so far. We'll look to try and break DRS as soon as possible if we can. After a little bit of a lift into the right-hander here, though, to keep the car settled. And we'll power through to the final corner of the first lap. DRS will become available, but you don't really get it until lap 3. The detection zone is right before the final corner, so across the line we go, and we will hold the lead then for the opening lap. Solid start as Lando Norris puts the pressure on Max Verstappen. Lando Norris takes P2 from Max Verstappen as well, which is probably not good news for us, really, because that McLaren is probably the quickest car in this career right now, so he's probably the last person I really want behind me at this stage of the race. Let's keep pushing. Keep around that fuel as well, of course. You can't use mods on PS5, no. Purple first sector there too. Good stuff. Come on. Where did our teammate qualify? Nico qualified in P10. Oh, man. What is SERPs? SERPs is a mod launcher, basically. Makes it easier to download mods and launch the game with mods installed. A lot of mods usually need SERPs to run as well. There we go to the line. Should I put my A on 100 if I'm on 95 and averaging 3+ second finish to second? Yes, definitely. 25-1 for Lando. Yo, Teddy, thank you much for the 30-month resub. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. All good on this end of the woods. Hope you're doing good too. Appreciate the 30. Norris still within that 1 second though. Soft, medium. No, remember this is a sprint weekend, so we're a little bit limited on the amount of tires that we have to us. The plan right now is a soft, medium, hard. If we had a second medium, it'd be perfect, but unfortunately because of the sprint weekend tire allocation, that's not possible, so. Come on, break that 1 second. Break the 1 second. Oh, we did for a brief moment. Can we try and break it for these S's? Let's see. Not really an S section as such, more of a triple right-hander. Oh, it's close. Ah, he just got it, I think, didn't he? Or maybe he didn't, actually. Maybe he didn't. 1.2 the gap at the moment. I think we might have broke it, actually. It might have been all right. 25-0 there as well. New fast lap of the race. Fuel is interesting. Yeah, I don't like that fuel isn't coming down. We might have to do a bit of LICO here. Are you on 110? Yep, we're on max AI. I don't like that fuel is not coming down much. Maybe we'll have to initiate a bit of LICO soon. Keep an eye on it for a moment. Come on. How did I get so good? Playing the game too much. Simply put. Riley and Marcus, thank you for the follows as well, guys. Appreciate you. Welcome in. 60 on 24 race season. This is a full season. We do full seasons. Every single race is a full distance race as well. We make the most of it. Tire wear after 3 laps is 11% on the rear left. That'll be the problematic tire around here, that left side. So keep your eyes on that. Got to make sure we do a good enough job on that as well. Lando Norris 1.1 away that time. He got a bit closer, but not close enough for DRS at least. Ooh, nearly went wide that final corner. I don't like that fuel, chat. I don't like that fuel. Who should I start a driver career with? Or Toletto? Norris and Verstappen, I think, nearly had a tussle at turn 1 there, but kept our distance at least. Makes my day to see you go live. You should go live more. Well, if streaming ever becomes my full-time job, then I will definitely go live more. But at the moment, that is not going to happen. So if I can make this full-time, then There will definitely be daily streams in the future, but that's only if I go full time. You want a 3-season career with Behrman? Nice. Probably want 3 seconds on Lyco before on Norris before Lyco. Yeah, I don't know if I can break 3 seconds really. We might need a bit of luck to help us with that. 1.5 is still okay. Maybe in the middle sector, I will try a bit of Lyco, or maybe turn 1, because we do open up the gap a bit in the main straight, don't we? So maybe down towards turn 1, I can try and do a bit of lift and coasts. Do you want to do a 2-player career with any of the content creators? I'd definitely be done doing a 2-player career with a fellow creator at some point. I have tried to organize it in the past, but it never really worked out, so... But, yeah, if an opportunity arises, I'll probably look into it. I think that'd be good fun. I know Gillen and Bennett are doing their 2-player right now as well, aren't they? So... Nice little bit of lift there as well into the hairpin. Gap is still kind of maintaining as well. Maybe do one with Araba. Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. I don't think Araba even knows who I am, first of all. A 2-player with Fabio. I think me and Fabio have briefly discussed doing that in the past, but yeah, again, never really worked out.
There are 50 laps of fuel remaining.
Fuel is going down. Yeah, I'm trying to initiate a little bit of lift and coast, so we should hopefully start seeing that fuel start to drop a little bit. It's a bit of an awkward position because I do need to Lyco, but I also need to maintain pace against Norris, so... Matt 2-on-2 would be fun. With all due respect to Matt, I love Matt. I do fear that our pace difference might be a problem. I think the Creator Series backs up the claim there, really. He's a great teammate for me in Creator Series, though. Any plans after the CS finale? There is some stuff in the works, yeah. There's not going to be any more F1 Creator Series once the season's over. They'll be waiting to the DLC for the next season. But they will be planning, like, some events and stuff on... Probably F1 25, but I'm sure they'll do some events on iRacing, LMU and stuff that I'll definitely look to partake in. If it's LMU, I will absolutely be there. I love LMU. That game is so damn fun. So if we get some Le Mans Ultimate races, you can put your money on me being there. Yano. The only way I can play with Yano is if he doesn't use a setup or something. And even then, I'd probably still struggle. .4 to Norris. Still maintaining that gap. How's Tyrewell looking? Good question. Let's see. 21 on the rear left tire. 21. F1 26 CS champion, I call it now. We'll see how I get on with the new regulations, I guess. I'm not a big fan of the new regs, so we'll see how I get on with it. I was going to say watch fuel, but it's only lap 8. To be fair, I mean, it is still important to watch fuel at this rate because it wasn't coming down, so we may have to monitor it for the entire race. I know it's early on, but the fact it was going up wasn't a good sign, so getting some early Leica win might help us out long-term here. Alex, see the full-on Twitch, mate. Appreciate it, dudes. Welcome in as well. Verstappen's still clinging on DRS right now to Lando Norris as well, isn't it? Do I practice F1 outside this stream? Not really, no. I might jump on for like a couple laps just if I need to know like if the AI are weaker or stronger or something like that, or if I want to test some setups a little bit or something, but honestly, most time I play F1 is always on stream. It's kind of rare-ish that I don't play it. outside of that. Very well, champion. I missed so many chapters. Yup. The biggest chapter being the 2026 damn season. That's a big chapter right there. But yeah, we have won the championship, and now we're looking to try and fight for second in the Constructors. So we can't win the Constructors anymore after the sprint race, but we can still get second. That's our goal right now. As it stands, I think we would gain a little bit on Ferrari. What games do you play when you want? Don't stream. Right now, I'm playing a lot of Arc Raiders. I play that a bit off stream at the moment. I was playing some Ark Survival Ascended as well. They're like the main games I play at the moment, I'd say. But needs to lock in for CS. We've got to see the GOAT win a championship. I mean, to be fair, this season's probably the most locked in I've ever been. This has been my best season in Creator Series, no doubt. Yeah, I saw Verstappen was playing playing Arc Raiders. Are we changing teams at the end of the season? That'll be down to you guys to decide at the end of tomorrow's stream. So make sure you're here for tomorrow. You guys will get a say as to whether we move teams, and if we do, you'll also get to decide which team we move to. So make sure you're here for tomorrow. That'll be a decisive day in the Barry Huckleheim career. Oh, that's the best one, dude. I wouldn't say that out loud, though. Cadillac are looking for a new driver.
Okay, mate.
Dude, that'd be a mission, wouldn't it?
We want to keep them behind, please. This is super critical for our strategy.
We have an objective to keep Lando Norris behind until lap 18. We're doing an okay job so far. The gap is maintaining. It's actually increased a little bit, I'd say, if anything, so we're doing good against Lando Norris. Just got to make sure we keep doing it now, though. Yeah, so the Ferraris right now are in P5 and P7. The Audis are in P1 and looks like P9, I think, for our teammate. So we're scoring 27 points as it stands. Ferrari are scoring 10 and 6, I think. So yeah, we are getting on Ferrari right now, which is good. But Cadillac will be a very difficult career mode, no doubt. Fuel's recovering 0.01 per lap. Yeah, we need a bit more than that, won't we? I did start to relax a little bit on the Lyco, so might have to get back to it as we get a nice slide through turn 1. Come on. 2 seconds the gap to Norris now. Verstappen's still keeping the pressure on him. Oops, that was way too tight there. It'll be good in 100 laps time. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have 100 laps, so we need to kind of double that, really. Okay, rear tyres are getting very snappy now. Anytime I just apply a little bit too much throttle, I can feel the back end trying to kick out. You can probably see it from time to time as well. You wouldn't know, Robbie. You wouldn't know. Don't beg it, though. I beg. The Italians are making this challenge. Have to put pit for 18. Might as well one stop. Well, let's see what everyone else is doing, shall we? Driving behind.
Norris behind. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Time last lap, 1.
He is 2 stopping.
6.0.
Lando Norris is 2 stopping. I don't think that'll be the case for everyone, but in Lando's case, he is doing a 2-stopper.
24 laps of fuel left.
Are you in the same team for Creator Series next season? We don't know. There is no next season yet, so there's no sign-ups or anything yet, so we haven't found out what teams we're in. What's the challenge? The challenge is to win the race. Win the race while being -1 lap down on fuel and struggling on tires. That's our challenge. Doing okay so far, at least. When does F126 come out? The DLC is expected to drop in June. To be fair, we do have some good gaps starting to form across the grid. That's a little bit deep there, but it should be okay. I thought you were doing a rainbow tire challenge or something. No, not this time.
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on mediums.
Yeah, objective right now is to hold off Lando Norris for another 5 laps, but I think we might pit before then anyway. Dude, my pinky toe still hurts when I banged earlier. Don't like it. %, that rear left tire. Whew. That's going to be like, what, 3% per lap when we cross the line, isn't it? How many sets tires you got? We've got 1 fresh medium, 1 fresh hard. That's pretty much all the options we have at the moment. I've always wondered why the door absolutely hates my pinky toe. It wasn't even the door that got me this time. It was the door frame. Those bastards teamed up on me. Sprint weekend did bad for you? Yep. That's the one thing I hate about sprint weekends in this game is how stupid the tire allocation is. Makes no sense. Oh, Verstappen's past Lando Norris. We have a change for P2. We've also got a change for P5 as well. Isaac Hadjar in the other Red Bull, putting some laps down. He's up to P5 now. Red Bull might be a bigger threat than I first initially thought here. What lap are we going to pit again, chat? 15? I mean, we're only 1 lap away from that. Our rejoin right now says P20, but I think it'd be higher than that. We want to ideally get ahead of the second Ferrari. I think the gap to the second Ferrari is around 15 seconds. So we would come out behind right now, I think. Yeah, we could definitely go longer. And I think we might have to try and get that pit gap. But I also want to make sure we don't get undercut as well. That's also very important. We cannot get undercut by Verstappen or Norris. Speaking of Verstappen, let's see what strategy he's on. Driving behind.
And Verstappen's behind. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 13 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. And the time last
1
lap,
stopper for Max.
26.0. Push now, we're boxing this lap.
Verstappen is 1 stopping. Norris back past him again. Still trying to manage that fuel at the moment as well. It's creeping down, that fuel, isn't it? It's not coming down at a good rate. It's just creeping down. Can someone do some quick math and work out what that gap is to the second Ferrari that's leading that little group? Because that's where I want to come out ahead of, really. I want to get ahead of that second Ferrari when we pit. So is it worth putting some more pace down right now to try and get that gap? Or if the gap's too small and we can't open up, we'll just chill and keep doing what we're doing. Still recovering 0.01 fuel per lap. Yeah. I'm trying to do a little bit more as and when I can, but while not losing too much pace.
Pit now, pit now.
Do you think you could ever make a Drive to Survive from your career modes? Or like an animated documentary series sort of thing? I mean, probably not. I don't know what you exactly mean by that, really, but 14 to 15 seconds? Yeah, it's not enough, is it? Okay, let's try, let's stop the management for a second. Let's go full push. Let's do a lap of full push and see how much we open the gap up by. Because it might be worth pushing, opening that gap to the second Ferrari and getting the pit stop ahead of him, really. So no Lyco, no tire saving for this lap. Let's just push and see what we can do. New fan here. What's the best team to support? The best team to support is the one that you vibe with the best. I think a lot of people find it very easy just to go with the best team, right? But the best way to find out a team support, just watch the races. Find a driver that you like from interviews and behind the scenes and stuff. And just go with it, really. We all have a story as to why we support a driver. Make one for yourself. You get like 4 tenths on Norris there. All right, what's the gap, chat? What's the gap to that second Ferrari now? Or the second group? You know what I'm talking about. 16-inch to the train. So did we gain a second there? $16 over the line. Okay, so we might have gained between 1 and 2 seconds then. That's good pace, isn't it? I think the main issue we have is it is quite a long pit lane here too. Qatar's pit lane is quite long. All things considered. Not like Imola levels are long, but... Plus 23 pit time loss. Ouch. We would come out ahead of our teammate, wouldn't we? I think. Or very close to, at least. I reckon we can probably get the gap around lap 20. But again, we've got to be super careful that Lando Norris doesn't undercut us. We've got 2.1 seconds right now, which is solid. But we cannot afford to get undercut. 22 to Huckleheim, yeah, so we should come out ahead of Huckleheim, really, if we pit now. But then we'd have traffic of those 4. In fact, our teammates are pitting right now, in fact.
Nico's into the pits. Nico in the pits.
That's the first pit stop of the day from our teammate.
And so that's 38 laps of fuel remaining.
I can't lie, though. These soft tyres have actually done pretty good so far, haven't they? The rear lift's at 52%, though. What was our lap time last lap? Last lap was at 26.2. Yeah, we're actually doing pretty good on these soft tyres. To my own surprise. But again, the fact we are kind of pushing right now is hurting us a bit on the fuel and things, so... I reckon around lap 20 might be good for a pit stop. End of next lap. 26.4 that time around. Norris has stayed out again. Do I have any, a little wing damage? Nope. The wing is A-okay. Don't through many contact with anyone. Not getting on second train. Ah. That's not what I wanted to hear.
effects of some tyre wear soon, so stay on your toes.
Yep. No doubt. Yeah, I think end of 20 we pit here. Given the circumstances that are happening so far, I think we pit end of 20. How's it across the line? 26.1. 3 tenths faster than the previous lap. What do you reckon, chat? You guys reckon we box this lap? Piastri's in. If Piastri's in, I think Lando's going to box this lap. And I think that group has started to separate as well because of the pit stops too. So this might be the lap to pit. Box, yeah. Box and pit confirm. Second Ferrari's in. All right, let's do it. Box and pit confirm, chat. Box in this lap. We'll bolt the medium tires on. I am surprised by these softs, though. These softs actually did a great job. Kudos to the soft tires. They were much better than I thought they'd be. Tire wear wasn't great in the end, but their pace was actually quite consistent, which did surprise me. And we're definitely going to have to manage fuel on the second stint, though, aren't we? Because we are slowly getting towards the halfway mark, and we're still 0.93 down on fuel, so we're not doing a good job on that. That's a little bit on the brakes there, really, but...
Team Radio.
All right.
Sapphira_Feniva says box this lap. On an unrelated note, Kit Kats are being handed out by the hospitality team.
They all need a break sometimes, right? I wonder where they got them from. Yep, Norris is in.
Right, let's go, come on.
Is he going for another soft tyre?
Stop faster than we were expecting.
He's gone for another soft. Wow, that's a long stop, 27 seconds.
Stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy.
That was a lot more than we thought, actually, 27. So, Norris, has gone for a soft tyre. I think he had a slow stop as well, because the gap has increased to him. Is it bad that I know this track is Monaco? Yes, really bad.
Okay, this isn't our true position.
You are the most dedicated F1 fan I know.
So don't waste time fighting, because they should be coming in soon.
Are the softs that Norris on is used, right? You would think so, wouldn't you? Unless he managed to somehow save a second soft tyre from qualifying, I don't know, but I guess we'll see what his pace is like. Must be the what the?
Okay, there are 35 laps of fuel remaining.
Let's say that's the words of wisdom. Okay, we're gonna have to definitely initiate a bit of Lyco though. Although the fuel did go down a bit in the pits, which is useful, but we're at 0.84 right now, and we've still got a good chunk of the race to go, so got time to do it, but definitely something we need to get on with. I think Norris got about 4 tenths on that lap. How bad would F1 be if they were front-wheel driving diesel? Well, I mean, diesel wouldn't be awful. We've seen many race cars in the past use diesel engines. Front-wheel drive, though, that'd be something. That'd be a choice. Yellow flags at turn 1. We've got an Aston Martin pulling over. That feels realistic. Lance Stroll's out the race. I mean, that's realistic at least, isn't it? Could you ever go Richmond on fuel in F1 games? Yeah, you used to be able to. Not anymore, though.
Take and burn off some of this energy.
Captain Norris 4.2. That soft tire's quick right now. Maybe it is a fresh soft, I don't know. But he's quick right now regardless of that, isn't he?
Your teammate behind, 20.2 seconds.
I feel it's going to feel a bit like the sprint race all over again, isn't it? Yellows are still out for Lance Stroll's car. And the exit at turn 1. No VSC or anything, though. As you can tell, I'm trying to do a little bit of Lyco as well. You can be your own driver, Crimwood, or you can cosplay as like the real F1 drivers. Don't know if that made sense. No, it makes sense. You can do either or in driver career. You can make your own driver, or you can be one of the drivers. You get the choice. Yo, Sarah, thank you much for the 11-month resub. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing good. Appreciate the 11. One away from the 12. Hope you're doing good. Why can't F1 just have engines only? Because they want to try and be as innovative as possible and including the hybrid system as much as possible. And it's also more sustainable as well to use more battery and stuff like that too. I mean, all you got to do is look at the price of the sustainable fuel they're using right now as well. That's a good example of the cost of sustainability. Previously, with the grade fuel they were using in F1 last year, for every litre, it would cost about $20. Still kind of pricey, but obviously you'd expect that sort of money for, you know, a motorsport grade fuel. This year, because they are using sustainable fuels, the cost of fuel is $200 a litre in Formula 1. That's the avenue they're going down. I'm all for sustainability. I'm all for making the world better and stuff, but that price is ludicrous and shows they still have a lot of work to go.
And we've got 32 laps of fuel left in the tank.
So it wouldn't surprise me a bit if, like, some teams were intentionally doing less runs in practice and stuff like that, and less outings in practice, just try and save themselves a little bit of money on fuel. Because $200 a litre is a lot of money to be spending. On a full tank, that's like, what? I don't know how big exactly a fuel tank is in F1, but they're probably spending thousands of dollars
Still a long way to go, though.
for a full tank of fuel. Moved into your new apartment yesterday? Nice. Hope you like it. Hope it's a good improvement. Yeah, we're on 110. Oh, sorry, 110 liters. I think the maximum you can do in terms of weight is 110 kilograms. I don't know if that equates to liters as well. Maybe it does. I don't know. I thought we were talking about AI for a second. Apologies. Norris is losing a bit of time here, isn't he? I think 110 liters was last year. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on the fuel tank size. 140 to 150 liters per Google. Yeah. So let's say hypothetically it's 140 liters on the fuel tank size. Do 140 times 220, and that's the amount they have to spend on fuel for a full tank. Which is probably, I mean, they probably won't do full fuel, a full tank of fuel at least in a Grand Prix, but yeah. It's a lot of money. Times 2 for 2 cars, exactly. $26,000 for a full tank. Yeah, and then double that because you've got 2 cars. You're spending $42,000 on fuel for a race.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking
How
good.
mental is that? Just for the fuel. And that's what I mean. That's why, like, I wouldn't be surprised if some teams do less running in practice to try and save themselves a few pennies. You know, if they can save themselves $42,000 a weekend, that would be quite nice for them. Oh, Leclerc is a little bit slow right now. Norris is really struggling. That second soft tire is not done what expected. I think it might be a used soft tire, that one. Max Verstappen's in. That'll be his one stop happening. It's 52,000. Sorry, yeah, it is. My math is not mathing. 52,000 per weekend for 2 cars. There we go on Leclerc. That would get us back into the lead. That could be an important move, that one, actually, as well. Because he obviously is doing a one-stopper. We have one more stop to go, so that could be a very important move there on Charles Leclerc.
And that's 30 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't care anyways, because the racing's better than the ground effect era cars. You might not care, but the teams definitely do have to spend that money. Clearly, Aston are just balancing their budget this year. Hey, yeah, I mean, their lowest cost would definitely be the fuel for Aston Martin, no doubt. I would assume that they probably had to make a lot of adjustments to the cost cap to take into account the cost of fuel and stuff like that now. I'd imagine the cost cap probably got increased or something. Cage would have been bankrupt by FP3. Same as Braun, most likely, as well. First lap of the race there, too. Charles Leclerc heads into the pits. Look at that gap we have to Lando Norris now. 7.2. That soft tyre is doing nothing for him, is it? Did Alonso finish in Japan? Yeah, he did. Lance Stroll didn't, though. I want naturally aspirated V8s at 650 horsepower kilograms. At 650 horsepower. Wait, what? 650 kilogram max weight for 2030 regs. Unfortunately, the chances of that are little to none. Unfortunately, Mohammed Ben Sulayem does not particularly care what fans want. We all want the beautiful V8s, V10s, all sorts back then. We want those engines back, but the reality is it will probably not happen. You'd make a good live F1 commentator. You better tell Crofty I'm coming for a seat then. Coming for an F1 seat? Nuh-uh. Commentator seat? Yaha. So they're talking about going back to V8s for 2031, but still turbo hybrids. I would be genuinely shocked if we ever go back to V8. I think Ben Sulayem is literally just saying that they want to go to V8 to get themselves some presidential election votes. That was it. That's the whole reason why that entire conversation is being had right now. It's simply because he wanted to get himself some votes to stay in the presidency for the FIA. Yeah, the presidency voting happened last year. And he got voted in right after, saying that he wanted that. Stefano's the one saying he was about to hire revving engines. Again, same thing. I would not believe a word that they say. You have to take everything they say with a big pinch of salt. They say these things to try and keep you there. Give you that hope. They always do it. That's how they make their money. Who was it that was who was up against? They ended up pulling out, didn't they? Who was it? Was it Carlos Sainz Sr.? I think it was, right? He initially was going to go up against Bentalayan, but then pulled out, I think. American guy. There might have been someone else there as well, but I'm pretty sure Carlos Sainz Sr. was going to go for a presidential election, but yeah, then pulled out. Wonder how much he got paid off.
Okay, so we've got 27 laps of fuel remaining.
9 seconds to Norris, bro. That second soft has genuinely completely killed his race. This person's in a very comfortable position, though, so I can't complain. I think Seb should run for FIA president. I wouldn't mind Seb, to be fair. However, I feel like Seb wants to kind of like stay sort of on a team side of things. I know there was a lot of rumor about him taking over from Helmut Marko's position at Red Bull. Being sort of like the, director of all the young talents and stuff like that. Can't remember what the actual job name was called, but you know what I'm talking about. How do I talk and focus at the same time? I have a lot of very natural muscle memory. One team will be spending about 6.24 million for a season on fuel. Yep. And I think the cost cap is 110, I think, per team. Again, it might have adjusted now, I'm not too sure, but I think I remember seeing it on the game as 110, but the game might not be accurate. Give me that and I'd push the car around for 24 rounds, right? Brute force. Might take you a while to do it, but you save a lot of money. Tell you what, Verstappen is fast right now, isn't he?
MDI_Blaze says, is this the world champion hotline?
No! No world champion hotline. The number you have tried to dial cannot be contacted. Please try again later. Bring back the ancient Bernie as the head of F1 and Flavio as president. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Corruption in a nutshell right there. 23.4 for Max Verstappen. Yeah, he's flying. We did a 24.6 last lap. Dude, Verstappen is ridiculously quick right now. What? Here I was having a nice chill time. Suddenly Max Verstappen arises. Crikey. We will try, Blaze. We will try it. He did have DRS that last lap, though. That might have helped him a little bit. But Verstappen is definitely the threat to our win right now. I don't know where Charles Leclerc is. Charles Leclerc was also on a one-stop too, but we also caught up to him, so we might be fine against Leclerc, but we are definitely not fine against Max Verstappen. When are we going to pit again for the last tyre? Lap 35. And what's the tyre we're right now? 23. I think we'll go a bit longer than 25 laps here. I think we might push towards lap 40.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hard next time.
I think it's still a little bit too early right now to go for a hard tyre. I think we might go a bit longer. 23.4 again for Max Verstappen. Consecutive 23.4s for the Dutchman. That time around, we did a 24.8. He is 1.4 seconds quicker per lap. Where the hell is he finding this time? We were absolutely chilling,
Tyre condition still looking
but
good.
alas, no more. What's up, Kurt? How's it going, mate? Purple middle sector. Our fuel is still in a bit of a tricky place, though. We're still minus 0.6 down on fuel. My painting just fell down. Hey! My pictures just fell off. Your fuel is currently not fueling? It is not, is it? Lyco turn 1. We'll do about 100 meters of Lyco at turn 1. And we'll see if that helps a bit. Verstappen didn't go fastest like that lap, at least, so... Safety car, please. If we've got a safety car right now, that would be great. Time to go hard tires. Safety cars at a track like this are quite scarce, though. Oh, man. .8 to Verstappen. He's not gaining as much as he was, that's for sure. You can keep this pace in hard Lyco starting lap 45, you reckon? Yeah, I might have to go Lyco turn 1 for now. But I think everywhere else we should be okay just to do what we're doing. That turn 1 will help out a bit. We only have fresh hards left now. Yeah. We might have a used soft tire, but it'll be like 6% probably on the soft, so I don't think it's really worth going for a soft tire. Although, to be fair, the soft tires were holding up pretty well, weren't they, in that first stint? So maybe it'll be doable.
Push now, push.
Mark wants to pit now, but I think we're going to go a bit longer. That's a nice 100-meter Lyco there. Yeah, that helps out the fuel a nice bit, doesn't it? I don't know, then Evans, I have no idea, mate. Maybe you took it down, I don't know. You can pit lap forward and go to the end with the softs. 17 laps on used softs. It sounds like a lot. Again, we did okay on the first softs, but I fear this is a very different situation, really.
Box now, please.
Your
Box
first
is
tip was
lap.
fresh softs, right? Yes. Yeah, our first tip we had on the softs was a fresh set. How used are they? I think around 6%. Maybe less than 8.
21 laps of
I ain't
fuel.
saying it.
21 laps.
We saved 0.05 of fuel that time round, right? Yeah, that Lyco is helping out quite a bit. There we go, W noob. Bro definitely found that in like 5 seconds. Google says the cost cap's estimated 215 million for one team. Oh wow, that's gone up a lot then. To be 1 minute to find? Yeah. I prefer not to speak. Anyway, we're talking about Robbie. I don't know that number. Come on. If it's 6 to 8%, you can put up 42 and go to the end and gain 0.08 of your last lap. 0.08? Nah, surely not 0.08. Must be less than that. But yeah, I think we could extend these mediums to 42. Again, this is me just like hoping that it is around 6%. I think it is, but I'm not 1,000,000% sure. Verstappen's 7.5. He's still gaining. He gained a lot that lap as well, I think, didn't he? I did a 25.1. That was a slow lap for my standards. What's Verstappen's lap? Let's see. Trevor behind.
Verstappen behind you now. They're on old mediums. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. Time last lap.
I think,
4.0.
what I'm also a bit concerned about is the gaps to Hadjar and Piastri.
Stop now.
If we pit now, we'd be right behind them and would get stuck in traffic a little bit, which would hurt us. I don't know if they're all on 2 stops. I know Norris is. In fact, they must be on 2 stops because they all started on softs, didn't they? So you need to catch Max again after you pit. I forgot. Yeah, we would. We would have to be probably like a second a lap faster per lap to Max at the moment to catch him. Maybe a little bit less than a second, actually. Fuel is getting there, though. The Leica we're doing on turn 1 is helping out big time. .7 that time. That was a better lap. Am I excited for the new Saudi track? No. With these current regulations? Good lord, no. They're going to start rolling down turn 1. Because of the damn super clipping.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go.
Achieve a lap time of 29.2. That's easy enough. Is Max pitting again? No, Max is on a 1-stop. He's doing a soft medium 1-stopper, which is nuts around Qatar, but that's the AI for you, I guess, right? Yeah, fuel is doing a lot better right now. This Leica we're doing right now is going to be very useful later on. Really, really useful. Purple middle sector. By then, maybe they reduce the energy output. My assumption is that they will change the ratios of how the ICE and the batteries used.
Okay.
Obviously, last year there was an 80-20, and now they're at 50-50. So I think they'll probably go back towards the engine side a bit more. Maybe make it like 60-40 or 70-30 or something like that. That'd probably be the short-term fix for now, at least. But again, that'll have to be something that's regulated for a future season.
And there are 18 laps of fuel remaining now.
Okay, everyone has pipped their final medium tire here. That does open up a big gap for us. Lando Norris, the only one who's not pit yet for that second stop, so he'll do that in a moment, I think, maybe this lap. Because Piastri just boxed now as well, so I think Norris will probably come in this lap. 6.5 to Max Verstappen. 37% that rear left tire as well. But where it's starting to show. .38 now. The rear left tire is such a problem. The Titan don't help it though. Technically it's currently about 57.43 and the only winner deploying maximum electrical power. Close up to 50-50. Who'll be the face of F1 after Max retires? I mean, you've got some very good young talents at the moment with the likes of Kimi and Ollie and that, who are both doing very well right now. So I think they're definitely the future of F1, no doubt about that. .23.3 for Hadjar. That medium tire is cooking up. Do you think Alonso will be gone this year? If not this year, then next year, definitely. Especially with him having a kid now, too. I'm actually rooting for Behrman at the moment. He's putting work in that Haas. Yeah, I mean, Behrman's also was also born quite local to me as well, so I've got a little bit of bias in supporting Behrman a bit. I think if Verstappen did leave F1, Behrman would probably be the driver I support, I think. In F1 at least. Obviously, I'd still support Max outside of F1 because I watch things outside of F1 as well. But in F1 specifically, I probably would like probably go to someone like Behrman. Or Lindblad, maybe. I like Lindblad as well. 0.7 gain last lap. Shit. I mean, we're on lap 41 right now. We probably are on the pit window for a soft tyre here. Oh, shit. That was a lot of understeer. Went too hot into that corner. We've got 32 seconds to Leclerc. We should come out well ahead of him. What do you reckon, chat? Do we initiate it? How about present driver? Well, Max is my favorite right now, so. Yeah, you reckon, Box? Don't forget it is a used tire, chat. I think it's around 6%. I think. Don't have a go at me if I'm wrong, though. Teammate status. Teammate status.
Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 14th place. And the time last lap, 1
All right, here we go.
25.4.
Lap 41. Here we go. Oh, man, my toe still hurts a lot. I hope I don't need big damage to it. Okay. 0.5 gain this lap, ignoring pit. Oh, we had a slow stop. Rear right.
There seems to have been a problem attaching the right rear wheel. We need to try and
Shit.
put that behind us, and let's finish this race strong.
I was right. Okay, we're good. I was right with the tires.
Look after these tyres.
I ain't
now
saying the
and
number,
finish the race on this compound.
but I was right. 22 seconds to Max. I think I'm cooked. I'm low on fuel. I'm on old soft tires, and I'm 22 seconds behind Max Verstappen. I fear I might be cooked. How on earth has the gap got to 22? Shit. Well, we've got some work to do, eh? We've got 15 laps to go. We need well over a second a lap. We need like a second and a half lap difference to Verstappen to pass him. Shit. Has Max pit? Yeah, Max on a one-stopper. Which looks like it might be the way forward, but I guess we'll see. I mean, having an extra 3 seconds in the pits didn't really help, did it? I don't like what Lindblad's doing. That was weird. I think I got DRS though, so I'll take it. 1.4 second gain a lap needed. All right, 21.2. Lock in, chat. We need to gain over 1.4 seconds a lap. Pretty much 1.5 seconds is what we need. Let's leave it all out there. Come on. What position was our teammate, by the way? And I remember what Mark said.
Tyre condition still looking good.
P14. What? Nah. What do you mean he's P14? Ref, have a word. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't go for hard tires then. Shit. To be fair, we are actually gaining on Max quite a bit, aren't we? If he's 14th, make him crash and bring out a safety car. Unfortunately, I can't do team orders like that, but a little bit of crash game would not go amiss right now. 22.6. Yo, how much did I just gain?
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Did I just gain like nearly 2 seconds? Gained 2 seconds on Max? Holy. Okay, wait, it might not be over, chat. 2 seconds in 1 lap? I mean, obviously that time is going to keep dropping, but that is a crazy amount of time to gain. I don't think it's the hard tire. It might be the driver using them. Yeah, it might be. Maybe both. But Hulk is not helping the prediction or the Constructors Championship right now doing that sort of stuff. That makes it arguably much worse. I love to play these kinds of games at malls. Why not play it at home? How much was this one, chat? How much we get on this one? You're basically carrying an Audi at the moment. We really are. .2 seconds? How did I go from 2 seconds to 1.2?
Behind. Really good stuff.
To be fair, I did have a bit of DRS last time. That might be a contributor.
Okay, we've got 12 laps of fuel remaining.
You gave me tips the other week for starting a league against Fabio, and I have practiced 24/7. Lately, I've got so much better. CW man's right there. Practice makes perfect. Glad to hear it, dude. You're cooked on fuel? Yeah. It is not really... the problem is, like, I need to catch Verstappen, but I also need to Lyco. Like, it's a bit of a catch-22 situation right now. What's tire wear? Tire wear right now is 15 and 18 on the left side. Another 1.2 gains. 1.2 gained right now isn't enough, is it? Come on. Need around 1.5. I'll push, but that's going to be difficult to try and do. The problem is the final sector is where Verstappen's really quick. We saw that in quali. I fear that is still the case. It's Zombie just got to push. Yeah, but you have to bear in mind the fuel as well, chat. Look at the fuel on the bottom right. We're 0.038 down right now. Sorry, 0.38 down, not 0.038. 0.38. 22.9, purple final sector. A safety car would be great. If we got a safety car, I'd be very satisfied with that. But I fear at this point, with 10 laps to go, I don't think it's going to happen. We need 10 quali laps. Yeah, we really do. And I'm trying my best, but it's not happening. We're getting a good chunk of time, but it's just not going to be enough at the moment. I feel like we probably should have pitted a bit earlier, really, shouldn't we? Like when you have DRS, if I get DRS. I'm pushing like crazy, but... This tire still feels good at the moment, so I'm making the most of it. Under fuel around Qatar, just a fuel burner on max fuel. No, we started -1 down, so we have saved some, but we needed to save more. It was definitely a tricky one to save at. How much was the gain that time? 1.3 roughly, I think. 22.7. That was actually a good lap. What's Verstappen's time right now? Driver in front.
Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 13.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. They've done 21 laps on those tyres. Time last lap, 1:24.5. You're gaining by 2 seconds a lap. Amazing.
Wait, you did a 24.5? So we gained nearly 2 seconds a lap. Holy. He has got a couple bits of traffic coming up as well. I mean, that's good, but still going to need to try and find more. Traffic might help. Yeah, we'll see. There's not really like a lot of traffic in front of him. It's just those two. I don't know if he'll catch up to the two in front of them too. .3, that lap wasn't as good. As long as it doesn't get DRS for the traffic, that'd be even worse, but... Losing fuel as well, this race is cooked. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean, it's a real catch-22 situation. Which is why I feel like no matter what we do right now, we're in a difficult position. Either we push our best to try and catch Verstappen and then lose out on fuel, or we gain the fuel back now and then lose out to Verstappen. Like, I feel like no matter what happens, we're just in a cooked position. I can't really do both. Gonna have to get to Verstappen to push across the line, right? I'm sure he'll definitely do that. He'll be so useful for that. Unfortunately, the fuel calculations were a bit wrong today, weren't they? Oh, crikey. To be fair, I don't think I caught Verstappen a lot this lap anyway, did I? Maybe like 1 second that lap. 23.6, yeah. I fear this might be, GG's. We're going to need a little bit of luck here, aren't we? Go on. Where's Huckleheim to do a crash gate? We need him to. Huckleheim, activate plan C. You're not in the points anyway. Yeah, you can pray for safety cars as well. That helps. A safety car will be perfectly fine too, in any way, shape, or form. Whether it's Huckleheim or someone else.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus.
How many
on the
points
drive.
are Ferrari scoring right now? Leclerc's in P5. He'll score 10 for that. Hamilton, I think, is around P8, so I think we're going to outscore Ferrari. Does the Audi replace Sauber? Yeah. We are pretty much Sauber. 23.5 that time. I ain't getting any more, chat. Well, I am, but I'm not getting anywhere near enough anymore. I think that was around 7/10 there.
Okay, there's enough fuel to do 6 more laps.
$1.86 needed, yeah. We need 1.8 a lap, and that lap we only gained 7/10. We need an extra second. I think at this point, chat, we might just have to Lyco to the end, annoyingly, and accept our P2. That one-stop strategy definitely worked out for Verstappen, but the fuel and the pace right now are both in kind of awkward positions, so I think we may have to accept fate and enter Lyco mode for the last 6 laps just to get home. Because our fuel is not coming down anymore. In fact, it's going over, isn't it? So, time to Lyco and accept our L to Max Verstappen today. The problem is if I don't Lyco, I'll go into low fuel mode and then Norris will get me at the end. So, it's better just to accept P2, I think, isn't it? We're in the championship. We've won the Drivers' Championship, but we are still fighting for P2 in the Constructors. I think Red Bull are going to go into second place now. Ferrari will drop down to third, and we will gain on Ferrari. Actually, I got Leclerc today. Good. I mean, is that good? They're both fighting. Honestly, I don't know, because Red Bull are going to overtake Ferrari right now in the Constructors, I'm pretty sure. Abu Dhabi is going to be interesting, isn't it? For that second spot in the Constructors. Yeah, look at the fuel coming up now. 0.35. We're just managing this to the end now. Pace will be a lot slower, but we've got to get to the end. Tabodi, thank you for following me. Appreciate you, dudes. Welcome in as well. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new here, you've enjoyed the race, enjoyed the stream, make sure to hit that follow button. We'll be live again tomorrow for the season finale with Audi. And the objective is very clear right now. We have to beat Red Bull and Ferrari tomorrow if we want a chance of second in the Constructors' Championship. That's what we've got to do. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll also be deciding the future of Barry Huckleheim. What team will he join next? You guys will get to decide after Abu Dhabi tomorrow. So make sure you're here for that. Your guys' vote matters. Will Barry leave Audi? And if he does, what team will he go to? %39% that rear left tire. I think a marble race, all the teams is a contender. I don't know if you can if there's a way to do that on the marbles on stream. What place Piastri in the championship? 4th or 5th, maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm trying to find someone to learn from, new to the game. Hey, any questions, man? Feel free to ask away. I will help the best I can. Who won the Constructors this year? Mercedes. In the game, it was, well, I mean, no one's officially won it yet, but I think McLaren probably have one hand on it. In fact, after this race, they might win it already. I don't know. But McLaren really the Constructors right now, regardless. I forgot McLaren existed. I've always just bought the game myself, but I've been watching since the past year. Yeah, watching and playing are two very different things when it comes to this. I think it's one of those things where, like, when you watch it, the person who's playing can make it look really easy sometimes, you know? And you're like, wow, I feel like I can do that. And then you hop on their game and you're like, what the fuck is going on? A lot happens very quickly. It's definitely one of those where it's a hard game in itself to kind of learn. But, you know, to master is like another level. .25 on fuel now. Still working our way down. I was driving a wheel at Dewey's and binned it straight away. Yeah, I remember that. It's a different animal once you get onto a wheel. Is it difficult to race without the guidelines? If you have no idea where to brake, then yeah, definitely. That learning without the racing line can take a good bit of time. Because you have to learn every single corner. You have to learn where to position your car. The minimum speed to carry through the apex. Holy moly. And yeah, that sort of stuff for every single track can take a good amount of time, so... Some people who are like very knowledgeable on racing and stuff like that can learn it quite quickly. But if you're like newer to racing or more of a casual fan sort of thing, then yeah, that can take a while to wrap your head around. Top tip, if your screen goes black, take your hands off the wheel. Yup. I can say that from experience. I'm still -2 down. We've got 2 more laps to go. I've got to do some crazy like on this last lap, haven't I? Was I on controller before getting into wheel? Not for long. Like, genuinely, I probably only played controller for like a couple weeks at max when I first started playing racing games. I got onto wheel very, very quickly. And in a sense, that's probably a good way of doing it, really. Forget the controller, just jump straight onto wheel. Don't have to, obviously. If you want to go through the controller first route, then fine, but it's not a bad idea to just get yourself a starter set up and just learn on wheel straight away. Because you're going to have to relearn it to go on wheel anyway, so... Okay, I think we're okay on fuel. We've already gained like 0.6 back on this lap, so... Norris is getting a lot on me, though. He's 7 seconds back. Thank God he's not much closer. I'd be in big trouble, wouldn't I? Very, very big trouble. I think I might actually go like 70% throttle down the main straight or something. Because this is still going to be really tight at the end, isn't it?
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Oh, Christ. I'm going to go 70% throttle here because my fuel is in a bad spot.
Final lap, final lap. Push, push.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's 4 seconds back. Uh-oh. Fuel, please. Just pause the game. Come on. 0.02. What makes the fuel so important? Well, if I run out of fuel, I'm going to be very slow. At the moment, I'm projected to have minus 0.02. I'm going to run out of fuel right before the line right now. He's 3 seconds back. Max Verstappen wins the Qatar Grand Prix. That one stopper was definitely the way to go in the end. I think we'll be okay. We're minus 0.01. One little lift through here, and we have evened out. We should be good. And now we can push the line. We will survive against Lando Norris, but I do feel like one more lap there and we would have been in big, big trouble. But thankfully, we were good. P2, ladies and gentlemen, is where we'll finish for the Qatar Grand Prix. We wanted to fight for the win. We were getting huge amount of time on Verstappen, but the fuel was just a big problem towards the end, unfortunately. We definitely underfueled a bit too much, so... Oh, man.
Because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
Yeah, we almost entered super clipping phase.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category.
Oh, man.
During the race, led every lap. I mean, what more
What?
can we say?
Led every lap. Are you kidding me? Wow, the disrespect to Huckleheim. Wonder who won the prediction? I think it'll be Red Bull. Because Verstappen finished P1. I think Hadjar got P5. I would imagine Red Bull probably got it, but we'll see.
High above the pit lane is our podium. And for the lucky three, it's time to
Because of underfueling? Exactly, yeah. Yeah, we started minus one lap down. I thought the fuel wouldn't be as bad as it was, and it was quite bad. So that was a bit of a mishap from me there, I guess. Vince brought the 26 Rex to F125, yeah. Although I was harvesting fuel rather than battery, but... There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Max Verstappen wins the Qatar Grand Prix. Keeps Red Bull in the championship fight for the Constructors. The McLaren's finished 3rd and 4th, I think, as well. So maybe they'll keep their... 3rd and 5th, actually. Hedger finished P6. Oh, I'll tell you what, chat. So, Red Bull got 25 and 8. They got 33 points. The Ferraris got 14 and the Audis got 18. No, that wasn't even close. Red Bull have won the prediction by a decent margin in the end. I thought it'd be a bit closer than it was, but no. Max Verstappen with that win helps him out massively. So GG's those said Red Bull. They do win the prediction for today. But yeah, Verstappen with the win, 18 seconds ahead of ourselves there as well. So yeah, that mishap on the fuel unfortunately makes it look a lot, worse than it was. If we had kept the fuel in a good place, I reckon we would have finished about 5 seconds away from Verstappen, but we had to do some heavy Lyco in those last 5 laps. Lando Norris caught up by 2 seconds, but it wasn't enough for him to get P2. Piastri P4, Leclerc P5, Hadjar, Alonso, Hamilton, Sainz, and Russell all in the top 10. Disaster result for Nico Hulkenberg there really. Started P10, finished P14. Not a single point for our teammate, which hurts us a lot in the Constructors Championship. And speaking of the Constructors Championship, let's have a look. What's the damage? We are 30 points. Sorry, 29 points behind Red Bull. Ouch. That's a lot. That's a lot of points. We really needed Hulkenberg up there, didn't we? We really needed Hulkenberg to score some sort of points today. And he finished P14. That is painful for second place, the Constructors, isn't it? It's 10 points between Red Bull and Ferrari for P2. But McLaren have locked out the Constructors Championship now, so they cannot be caught anymore. McLaren are your Constructors Championships for this season. Red Bull are 69. Ha, nice. Points down on them. Ferrari 10 points away from Red Bull, and we are 29 points away from Red Bull and 19 away from Ferrari. So still a good chance we can get P3 in the Constructors, but getting P2, we're going to need a lot of work from our teammate. We need some help, and he's going to provide it in the next race. But that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for the Qatar Grand Prix.